Indonesia.
Cek. Nah.
RRQ.
Here in Group Omega, both RRQ and T1 are undefeated in their group so far, but I have to say the peak of RRQ during kickoff is still not quite there, not quite in its full maturity here in stage 1. So of course the question we all have is that will we be seeing this again today?
Yeah, they've had some incredibly close series so far against opposition you would expect them to beat, but the important thing is they got those wins. When time passes, that's what people will really remember. Right now they are at 2-0 in the group. They're challenging a tough-looking T1 today, but we have to remember it's playoffs on the line for this team. Win today will get either one of these teams secured in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right. This is going to be a huge day for both of these teams. Again, 2 wins in the bag for both squads, but they're going to be facing against T1. And T1 left them with a very sour taste last time they faced off. And not only that, T1 is on a hot streak right now. They're on a 7-match win streak. This is the longest in the org's history so far, and it looks like things are only getting better.
Yeah, in Pacific. We're not counting Master
Yeah.
Santiago in that.
In
I just want to be clear, but absolutely, I think this is still the super team outside of Santiago that was promised for the most part. I mean, other than their loss to Nongshim, who was on a generational run in kickoff, they've been very, very solid, and I like their read on the current meta. I like the way that they're putting the players on the agents that they can really succeed at, you know, taking a lot of contact fights, especially looking into this Pearl. I love that you've got Izu and Meteor on Sentinel agents where they can just do what they do best, and that's shoot you before you can shoot them.
Yes, and one thing that has changed for both of these teams this year, of course, are the coach change. You know, both of these orgs have run with their previous coaches for years. So this is very interesting now with the new coaches. Are you seeing a big difference in how they're playing these days?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's always going to be an adjustment when a new coach comes in, and I think it's also coupled by the fact there's been a new meta, so you have a different voice inside that leadership group trying to figure it out. And I think I like what T1, I like the direction T1 are taking quite a lot, to be honest. I love that they're simplifying a lot of these maps, they're playing a lot more of that chamber, and it seems to be about comfort. On the side of RRQ, I think it's going to take a little bit more work. I like the idea of sticking Monya on that Neon, that they also have been playing a lot of Waylay, so next week will also be a test for them when that Waylay hits. So I'm curious, do we see the swap from them this week? Are they getting ahead of it, or are we going to see that Waylay come again?
Yeah, that is a great question. This is one team that we've been seeing that, you know, double dive duelists happening every single match so far, and I do wonder if this is the week to swap. But this week it's against T1.
Exactly. There's no right time. If you want to start playing that Waylay, there's no right time to come off it because you have to kind of relearn a lot of stuff. You have to bring in a lot of new comps. Speaking of new compositions, I do like this from RRQ. We're bringing out the KO. Now, we spoke before Paper Thin about what is the answer you've got cooked up, and if you're against double Senti, KO is a brilliant answer. Look for that knife to get lots of work done. If he's able to hit Izu, isolate him, Monya can run him down. This will be very disruptive for T1.
I totally agree. I actually do understand now why RRQ thinks maybe they have a chance on this Pearl here, despite T1 being very good. T1 on the other side, I think a lot of pressure onto Stacks to keep Jemkin busy with the sky flashes and things like that. Make sure that he doesn't get comfortable. So that's where I'm really looking here for T1. You know, Stacks is generally not going to be the top fragger, at least you kind of hope not for T1 in a way. But if he can get that util to go, that excellent sky player, you know, he can be, then I think he can be really disruptive and keep RRQ in check.
Yeah, we're also bringing in Sova Astra on the side of RRQ. They have so much utility to disrupt this operator. I think a lot of pressure on Izu to be able to dance his way around this. If Izu's able to pop, T1 can start to go crazy, but I think if he gets neutralized, we need to see the other heavy hitters step up on this T1 team, or they could have just got county stratted. County stratted? Yes.
What county is that?
Sheffield.
Is this is this somewhere in your hometown of England?
Yes, county stratted.
Well, if yesterday was our peak Pacific Netflix drama day, today it's definitely going to be featuring some of Pacific's peak gameplay as we send it over to our casters Pilski and Quack.
Yes, thank you very much. I am really trying hard to keep it together right now. But of course, hey, I'm Quack to take you through the action, and on my right is going to be Pilsky. You have been quite the big build deep predictor. You've also moonlighted for Team Secret as a hitman as well. Can you tell me what we have today between RRQ and T1?
I mean, we've got some big matches, not only in this first series, but also the second series. The stakes are pretty clear. Win and you're in towards playoffs. I think RRQ, it's Groundhog Day for them, as in the middle finals, T1 stood between them and a spot in Santiago. And once again, they must beat them to advance to the next stage.
That's always been kind of the story, but, you know, kind of like the content pieces they put out, you got to put all that history in the past, move forward, and lock in today, because this series is what will decide who locks in the playoffs first. That could be seeding, that could be confidence, and so much more to follow through on it. And to kick things off, we've got Pearl, a map that they haven't really touched since that final against Paper Rex.
Yeah, for T1, we've seen them play it a couple of times, and it was strugglesome against DFM in particular, but a clean win against Varel. I think for both of these teams, in their opening series so far, they have been slow to start, and they've played some of the weaker teams in the group, so I think we'll see how RRQ does go. They are starting out on the defensive side, so they're going to hope that they're going to boost up that defensive side win rate to start off Pearl here, because as I said, we've seen both of these teams kind of start slow in some of these series, and this is a big game that decides you heading into playoffs. You cannot afford to be a little bit too lackadaisical to start things off here.
It's definitely going to be quite crucial. And kind of like what Big Time was talking about on the desk as well, with the map vetoes, there's a lot of potential counter-stratting going on, a bit of a reload for now, and also a big collateral as more shots fire through. Jemkin now firing off out from mid-door. Suddenly, a trio from T1 has gone down, and it's just Izu left, trying to pick up the spike, perhaps.
Yeah, beautiful set play there from RRQ. Flash up over the top, pins T1 into a corner where they get relay bolted and Astra stunned. Not really much that they could do in that situation, and RRQ with some great prep and a nice read in the pistol have already put themselves at a significant advantage for Izu. Pretty low percentage he's going to be converting this clutch, but every kill that he does get will move him towards the tour de force. His rendezvous is back up now. Knows that no one's flanked him due to his trademark over towards C. Gonna look to pick up a Sheriff silently, so without a doubt he's got some punching power here.
It depends on the pathing he picks as well, though. First contact against Jem, get chamber v chamber, rendezvous popped, and then to watch towards his back in case anyone pushed out of art. But 30 seconds left now.
Yeah, back towards the B side of the map here. Trademark still in position, so he's going to use that to kind of watch the flank, and still has the rendezvous to be placed down at some point, which may help him to get a kill and get out scot-free. RRQ have chosen the wrong pathing here as they flank mid and make their way towards A. It's a nice open plant for Izu, but he can't play towards B long here, or RRQ will be able to get themselves on the defuse, and they've got multiple stars to work with as well, so undoubtedly you're going to see some kind of smoke here.
Dulu. Or a recon. Gonna try to avoid it for now. Okay, but also that's why the double initiator comes in handy. Still walks away with one shot though. A second. Perhaps more, but not until Crazy Guy just floods back into Hall.
I mean, that's very cheeky from Crazy Guy. He throws down a fragment and runs through his own fragment to take down Izu there. You could see why Izu wasn't ready for the peak. He definitely made it dangerous for RRQ, but with how long he took, you saw that he did have the KO knife back up that helped them really clear out the site. They used the dart to clear out all of the open angles, and then the KO knife on backside does confirm where Izu is playing from. Very nice opening pistol there from RRQ. Look at all of that util dumped on T1 as they try to walk their way towards R. Keep your eye on those exact kind of plays as we head through the rest of this attacking side for T1, because you know that Meteor loves to just lurk through the middle of the map, and I dare say that RRQ will look to catch him with these E-nits.
Definitely something to keep our eyes on, especially the judge coming in for this round as well. It's been said that you want to see more from the rest of the RRQ core to be stepping up, not just Jemkin. A bit of contact though, and T1 just scouting for information across middle right now.
Yeah, as our RRQ. Drone back through art side, not really confirming too much of anything. Izu's been left on the lurk here. As it does seem like T1 are going to regroup back towards the A side of the map.
Just a very careful approach. A main dart, doesn't really see much, just a bit of a face check from Menyacht. Hanging back.
Oke.
Bucky fired off, and then the util to push through. Wow, with a
Yeah.
bit of
Lah,
movement. Also,
kocak.
right clicks, taking down Menyacht. What is this?
Yeah, Crazy Guy's flash has caught his teammate there, and that has gone critically wrong at a terrible juncture for T1. Xfero pegging one back, but he's lost a lot of HP just to be able to clean up Buzz, and it's a nice open plant for T1 with a star down on the spike. I think this is going to be an eco upset to start off Pearl here.
It's quite possible. Xfero pretty low. I think the only thing that RRQ might have going for them right now is just the fact that not too many of the weapons have been retrieved by T1. Stats. Oh god, Jemkin, no way.
Get your gun out,
Can't be
mate.
getting caught out with util in hand. At least he still finds the headshot against Meteor, but then goes Xfero.
Oh.
It's Munchkin who gets the kill at the end. T1, like you said, Pilski, it's an eco upset to kick things off.
Yeah, RRQ, after such a beautifully constructed pistol round, are straight back in the mud. And already you hear, at least in the arena, who the hometown heroes are going to be. Fans very happy with T1 picking up the eco round win there. Understanding that it puts them in a much better position.
Oh, serumnya yang kencang sih.
There's crunch though. Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
That's
little
cool,
unlucky
isn't
for RRQ, but yeah, I'm looking at the fact that Crazy Guy underarming the flash through some of the fast lanes or the smokes there has actually, unfortunately, got his teammate killed. And this is a comp that they've just switched back on the double E net. Well and truly within the wheelhouse for RRQ, though.
Wah.
So I expect a little bit more from them, but at least for this round, feeling the results of the previous. Just gonna try to look for some picks here, but even then, Flash is dodged. Izu still deadly.
One off the 2 of the force as well, going into what will be the bonus versus the gun round. So I dare say T1 are feeling great about that. Xfero has crept up on the off angle towards A main here, but you have more than enough util to be able to clear him out. Stacks has still got a full belt, and the rest of T1 are just walking up together. He'll be lucky if he even gets one here.
Enggak.
Take what you can get. I'm trying to stay hidden for now. T1 has been just kind of shift walking all across the map. Xfero hits the deck, thanks to that judge. And now already clearing out most of backside. It's Buzz. Doing well to watch out for that smoke as well towards the back of Flower. Will take down Crazy Guy alongside Munchkin, and then hopping across. He completes the flawless for T1 in round 3.
Yeah, Izu, without the orb on B-Long or the plant there, doesn't get given his operator going into the bonus round. And for Crazy Guy, he had a lot of money banked up. He was at 3.6 in that previous round. So very much on the KO, saving for an operator to put in Jemkin's hands ASAP. I think that's going to be a good shout given what you're playing against. You mentioned how much T1 are walking around the map. They're only playing the solo unit on the sky. So they require a lot of dry duels on the Neon to be able to make space, and that's exactly why getting the operator out on the defense ASAP for RRQ is such a priority.
Well, Izu's done the same. Big potential fight outside towards B-Long. Jemkin has got to come up. He's going to deal with the Trailblazer by himself, though, and that's going to force the TP out.
Well done for T1. It's been a very similar way that they work this side of the map against both DFM and Varel. So RRQ will be well aware of this B-Long default and the way that T1 like to play.
Oh.
Yeah, Izu's been left behind, and in the meantime, RRQ have taken A main control. This is very much their prep. Flash up over the top, looking for the lurk on this side of the map as Kushi gets one closer to the Hunter's Fury.
That's a pretty good play, but then you do leave a slight gap towards Art, so...
Hello.
Crazy Guy to try to continue watching for it. Drone will spot out Munchkin as well. T1 still trying to stage an A assault. It's going to be the Seekers that gets popped. Crazy Guy doing his best to try to hold it down with a frag.
He's going to slow it down for the time being. T1, though, making their intentions very clear, but slowing down as the Astra Smoke does come up. Kushi ready with the reactive dart from pit side.
Oh.
Doesn't get baited out by the fast lane. This is very patient play from RRQ. They are forcing T1 into the spike plant.
And into Xfero's open arms. Oh, quick with the double. And then continuing to watch out for more potential incoming players. Still, though, just trying to look for a mid-round call or a save now that they've run out of time. T1 will have to relinquish the round.
I mean, this is a style for T1 that works very well against Valorant, the kind of team that is going to overheat, that is going to constantly push you in the mid-round when you're playing a double duelist comp. But when you're playing against double init and a team that actually has a lot of discipline when they switch themselves on, like RRQ, these kind of fakes and shoves on the map aren't always going to draw out a specific reaction that you're looking for. So, good prep from RRQ. After the B long control is secured by T1, they go ahead and take A main and then use that positioning to pivot well around R. Xfero on his lonesome goes unchecked in the corner there, not traded out well enough by T1. And Crazy Guy able to play kind of that pivot position between Sight and Art, given the fact that Cushy's been set up nice and comfortably in A main.
It's very nice to see. I mean, flashes, grenades, and that's all kind of enough to just send T1 packing somewhere else. Still, though, they're going to be able to buy back up T1. Just trying to hold tight for now.
Crazy Guy does once again secure Cushy, the ultimate. Drone goes forward, is dealt with by Munchkin. Buzz unspotted there, so they don't know there's 3 here for T1.
Gotta be careful, Melihat.
Udahlah
He's been
dia.
known to
Udahlah
overheat
Kin.
sometimes, but for now he's going to back off.
Could be the Hunter's Fury off Monyet's contact here, but Cushy is actually rotating over towards spawn, so that's something they're going to have to hold on to for the time being.
Makasih Kin, love you so much.
Just trying to play around T1's transgressions.
Ah,
You also have
dukung siapa,
Izu
Kin?
walking into
Dukung
Art
yang
now.
mana?
Yeah, if they walk towards double doors on the lurk, you're definitely getting picked by Jemkin.
Kita
As
RRQ
mentioned,
sampai
Izu
mati nggak sih
walking
guys
his
kalau
way
di follow?
up Art. T1 could
RRQ
very
sampai
easily just turn
meninggal.
this into an A execute here, and that's exactly what they do. I believe they dodged the knife there from Crazy Guy.
Korea kontol ini gue perhatiin lo headset tuh kalau ada yang sampai lepas lagi anjing lo hujat-hujat lagi Korea.
This execute comes in, but they're reading this as a B
salah
here.
setting left ya.
Yeah,
Aku
an early
pengen
rotation
execute
leaves Melihat kind of alone.
game doang.
We'll grant T1
Yes,
entry into
doang.
site for now with fast lane.
Smash
Buzz,
ini doang.
close range.
Sama, aku juga smash ini doang.
Flash is locked back though. RQ just doing their best to try to fault the spike plants. Hunter's Fury, as mentioned as well, will go in, but doesn't really catch on to anyone just yet. 15 seconds left, and T1 retrieves the spike, tries to get it down, but look at those nades. Affords Crazy Guy one
nice.
extra kill. Stacks into position. Buzz as well, just trying to fan across.
Kalahnya.
Will spin
Oh,
180
kepala.
take down to double, but Jemkin still has sight range. Crazy Guy hops on top of the ledge and takes down
Well,
Buzz,
mimic.
so that leaves Izu
Nice.
alone now. Does he have the headhunter shots? No!
Yeah.
Crazy
The
Guy
defuse,
up to a
the defuse.
4K.
It's a big play for Crazy
Nice.
Guy.
The defuse, the
Do want to
defuse.
see him playing in front of the
Oh,
home crowd
terlalu
over in
lambat.
Ho Chi Minh, and
Ntar
this
gua
would be
restart.
a big win to be
Udah
earning
roll
to
win.
get one
Di
step
itu.
closer there. At
Oh, di
least
YouTube.
get yourself into the
Save,
playoffs,
save,
and then
save.
from
Ye,
there,
pe.
there's only
Halo,
so many
Mamat,
games you need
kenapa?
to win, especially if you have a great seeding coming out of this group, to be able to secure yourself the spot.
Lagi
This was
replay bukan,
brilliant in
Bit?
terms of the
Replaynya
U-turn
Crazy
from
Guy.
RRQ. Very patient stuff. You get the flash
Sekarang
into the
Bas.
KO, comboed with the dart to make
Bas,
sure
ya.
you're going to get a spam.
Sekarang Crazy Guy.
Sekarang Crazy Guy.
As soon as the
Ya
spike
oke,
gets
berarti
snapped.
udah sama. Aku di Twitch soalnya.
Giving T1 the respect
Kenapa
that's
lagi gitu?
deserved, even though they were in the 3-on-5.
Nggak
they
tahu,
saw both
enakan
Buzz
di
and
Twitch
Stats were
gitu
looking
kayak lebih
dangerous.
bersih.
E2 was still kind of in play
Tapi
on the
kalau
start side.
kualitas
That's the
lebih
kind
tinggi
of round
YouTube
that if
pasti.
you overplay your hand or you're too confident,
kayak lebih lambat
into
gitu.
that retake against T1, they are good for converting those 3-on-5s an
Pusing tuh.
unreasonable amount of the time.
Bukan pusing sih.
Definitely. It's always good macro from
Kenapa
RRQ,
sih Mamat
but
berubah
can't lie that I
jadi
didn't get nervous when
akun
Buzz
biasa?
started getting involved with those 2 kills towards the back.
Mama ada sombong nih,
He's
Cok.
been phenomenal on the Neon so far.
Udah kaya,
Looking like a very comfortable agent for him. And T1, one of these teams that is quite happy to play the chamber. It's been underutilized so far in this stage. So to see a double chamber,
karena Mamat sudah kembali
I mean,
ke
it's not
Solo.
too surprising given the team
Lihat
that you're seeing
judul
in the
gua,
server,
Bet.
but yeah,
Lihat
definitely
judul
the
gua
kind of agent
sama
that I thought
thumbnail
would be
gua.
front and center in this stage of Pacific and hasn't really been utilized as much as you would have thought.
Masih anjir.
It's definitely,
Tetapi
been
di
a big
Korea
point
saya
of
sampaikan
discussion.
RRQ akan lawan.
Okay, so we're
Kan
getting told
lawan.
now that
Kok gitu
sign says
anjing?
the last couple T1 wins today. Well, T1
Aduh.
do your best. So
Saya
guy doesn't
telah
get
ya.
friends up, but yeah, it's been needed.
Di
You know,
ini
try
di
and fill in
thumbnail gua
that
tulis
Yoru
tuh.
void. Chamber very effective for sure, but now
4 tahun RRQ di VCT dihujat-hujat saya diam. Bas kayak kontol anjing. Untung mati. Dihina-hina saya juga diam, tetapi di VCT Pacific Stage 1 saya sampaikan RRQ akan lawan. Monyet.
Takes a chunk out of Xvero, but cleaned up by Melihat. Now you get the dog back through long from T1, who still has Izu hanging around A main. Still undecided.
Sampai hafal gitu rumahnya anjing. Si Cahya. Tapi Cahya namanya nggak ada bali-balinya tuh.
Doesn't feel as though they really have much legs in this
Cahya Nugraha.
round for now. Look at RQ's positions as well.
Yeah, very passive, giving T1 nothing.
Nggak ada
The
Made
stars thrown
ketut.
from the other side of the map. You see Munchkin giving Izu a little bit of cover there, maybe try to cause a little bit of a reaction or rotation for RRQ so that Izu can have some impact here.
RQ's not moving though.
dar.
Just in position, a bit of a jiggle, but tour de force. It's enough for Melihat to try to play around though. We'll spot him out. Down to 2v3.
You saw Sax going for the rotation back towards A there. He was thinking about
Alah,
it, but as Izu
cepat.
goes down, it's straight back into the B
Kill,
side.
kill,
Crazy
Crazy
guy.
boy.
Phenomenal game on the KO thus far. Can cancel the plant with the fragment.
Oh no.
Nggak
That's
jadi
too clear.
plan.
You don't really have a safe position now. You're just going to try to double back in, but then a potential
Dikasih
fast
dong.
flood. There goes Melihat, but taken down. And
Aduh, anjing.
No command popped as well, but Crazy Guy's now out in the open. You cannot pick him up.
Mati udah.
It's all down to Jemkin in an operator.
Emek.
He doesn't
Yang bener
have
apa?
the right angle. What a play.
Keep an eye on the replay
Bang,
here. We've been talking
weh,
about
jatuh.
how
Jatuh
Crazy
kenapa,
Guy's
Mat? Tiba-tiba
agility has been
jatuh
so
si
far and
Mamat.
how good his flashes have been to be able to secure the A main
Oh
control.
gitu sih
to be combo
mainnya.
with the dart.
Monyet, yang bener
That's
apa
a
Nyet?
flash that
Anjing.
doesn't quite clear the edge of the smoke there. Want to see if we're going to get the replay of that. Because he actually flashes himself.
Kalau kata Wendy, RRQ ini main harus adaptasi sekarang deh.
Look, Melihat's blind as he slides out there. And Crazy Guy dies for free as well. Doesn't get the
Kayaknya.
trade. That needed to be a Munchkin round. Stacks under a lot of pressure. And he delivers the 3K.
Wah, Jessica di atas nggak baik saja guys.
Listening to
Kan juga di atas ada sesuatu pasti.
Trim it. Fuck, trim it, Kong.
Never mind.
Is the Astra in B again, I think? Hold the main, Kong.
I break the dog.
You can go closer if you want. Care chamber Maxim. He does a knife, I think. I can flash for you if you want.
Contact from Izu over here towards art side. Jemkin on this A main line. It's usually been the Sova over here.
Lu
so
jatuh
we'll
di
see
mana,
how
Mat?
well
Kenapa
T1 is
tiba-tiba
gonna use their
jatuh?
util to push him off the line.
Otherwise, it's going to have to be Jemkin. Trailblazer again, and he's shoved off the line.
Very safe play. Drone back through middle is going to allow Melihat to push, but Meteor
Ya
is
Allah,
finding
Monyet!
way. And as soon as the turret makes contact, Meteor pounces.
Kebiasaan banget Monyet kontol.
What an adjustment from T1. Now looking to kick down the front doors of A site. Just Jemkin into the smoke with the shorty around Cosmic Divide. Trying to listen for the spike plant, but it's going to block out some sound as well.
Nah, Jemkin!
With the timing catches Buzz. But at the same time, a bit of a scuffle across the map around middle will allow RRQ to regroup, especially around stairs. Another angle for T1 to contend with. Counter Cosmic Divide comes in,
Allah,
block off the
Kushi.
aiming angle, but Stacks goes flushing
Ya,
through. 3 kills in succession.
Gak usah tepuk tangan lo, audiens kontol Korea-Korea babi.
T1 recognizes that RRQ still has the Cosmic in play. And they play around it perfectly.
Jatuh di Korea.
Just at the right timing, you know.
Tiba-tiba jatuh di Korea, ini serius apa enggak nih?
Pit side, they were really biding their time to see if T1 was going to kind of overcook things. And as soon as the Cosmic comes in, Flash comes out for Stacks, catches Kushi full blind.
Bacot, gak usah nice-nice lo kontol. Gue benci banget sama tim Korea.
Very coordinated stuff
Serius,
from T1.
kapan?
What they do
Barusan.
so well. I feel like in the mid to late round, the ability for
Tadi.
T1 to kind of play off of each other is
Di rumah
really a
lecet
cut
kaki
above
gua.
most of the teams in Pacific.
Obatin,
Love
Mat.
it. It's not just
Nyet,
the
nyet,
usual
ayo, nyet,
suspects
nyet.
today. We've got Stacks, Munchkin, we've got Xfero popping up here and there. Still though, that begs to question now what's the play
Lu
gonna
pakai
be.
shotgun main
We've got
jarak jauh si
Jemkin
Monyet,
pushing all the way up B long with an op.
He's got a full
Aduh.
info line, and that's allowed
Terus
for a
jari
big stack
gua
on this A side of the map for RRQ.
kesurupan
This side is
kayu.
very holdable.
Kesurupan. Kesusupan.
Play your cards right. We've seen some missed util here and there from Crazy Guy as well, but here we go, lockdown.
She's got the dart here, so could definitely play for the spams as T1 try to get back into the site. There's the fragment to try to hold them at bay for now. Flash up over the top, maybe in combination with the dart, looking for a kill for RRQ.
Unfortunately, not quite landing the way they wanted to. They will try to check outside the smoke, but Buzz!
Bahasa kayak pepek
Ridiculously
anjing.
nuclear right
T1, gue benci
outside
banget
the
sama
edges of the
T1
smoke,
kontol.
prevents entry and continues tearing them through as well. Runs out of ammo though, so it's going to be Melihat to find a frag, but now 2v4 without range.
It's an instant save, but that's just brilliance from T1. The lockdown to create the space, and they understand how RRQ wants to play that. Being able to take pick control and
please lah, udah lu pakai strat nggak apa-apa, pakai strat udah adaptasinya dikit-dikit aja, nggak usah full adaptasi jadinya. Lu bukan Pepperex anjing. Biarin Korea mau curang pendengerin suara audiens juga, emang kontolnya Korea. Itu Ambatu Kamken bukan Ambatu Buz.
Running the execute on the exact same sites, they've just got so many different variations. The depth is really phenomenal to watch, and this is their third game of Pearl as well.
That's true. Played against Barrel as well as DFM.
Masih ada duit nggak? Nggak ada duit lagi,
Result
kontol.
of a 3-round win streak comes in off the
ada duit.
timeout in round 6. I mean, what's impressive to me is also just the fact that Buzz on this microplay waits for the flash and somehow finds it through the smokes.
He's on his own from there. You know, the next closest is Stax, who's planting the spike. There's no one to really trade Buzz there. It's one of the best neons at the moment that we've got in Pacific. Very consistent on this
Suara lu kok
agent.
kayak di dalam akuarium aja.
Staple of how T1 is playing Valorant at the moment in the post Yoru.
Lu salah bukan pakai mic kali.
Nih, tuh.
Ah, ini baru mic.
See how it continues as well. RRQ no timeout yet. They're pushing up.
I'm under the water.
Under the water.
This is a very winnable round, but the shot has not been connected from Jemkin. It's been a little bit lax with the operator, and the overdrive is wasted on the A side of the map. That got no value.
Yeah, Meteor's keeping them checked as well. They always kind of want to watch out for it. Meanwhile, it's going to be Team
Ya elah, kena
streaming
timing
into
jelek
side.
banget.
Exper gets gunned down, and Jemkin, despite the off angle, can't quite see too much. The one-way smoke blocking off.
You've got some good ideas from RRQ,
Susah
but
kayak
similar
gini.
to the slow start that you've seen
Susah
in this
sih.
group so far, that just
Comms
doesn't look
gininya
like they're
bagus
switched on
banget.
enough yet.
Attacker banget.
Really pains you to see it, doesn't it? With a partial buy in this round as well, it
Main
doesn't
mid
feel
sih
as
abisnya
though they
main mid.
really have the potential for a strong retake here. T1 marking the angles. Meteor still on a late lurk,
Allah,
potentially
kena
coming through at any
timing.
moment in time, but Buzz now pushing in, just continuing to buy time away from the defuse. Crazy Guy, despite the shot, will have to kind of call it safe.
It's the same thing again and again for T1. Buzz in particular, so aggressive
Abisnya ada ulti
and up
lagi.
in the face of RRQ. It's exactly how you want to play against double Enit. Against the double duelist, you know, you over-aggress, you overcook things.
Map kontol, RRQ ngepick map ini lagi, kalau kalah sih anjing ya.
Kalau
menang playoff ya nih ya.
Iya,
udah
udah pasti.
Anjir, dia nggak banget kasnya.
This was flash dart to be able to get back in on the retake, and Buzz is just up in their face disrupting them.
Itu jago banget tapi guys. Icu. Yang sebelah kok ramah banget ya Kinya yang sebelah. Tahu gitu.
Udah tepat duluan itu T1 tadi.
Udah tadi. Ya paling kontrol mid terus mainin map kontrolnya.
Kalau Meteor bunuh aja nggak sih? Meteor kayak kontol anjing. Udah gue bilang Pape, Meteor beli Pape terus cadangin di RRQ udah.
Kalau nggak tuh dia bikin ditemanin untuk tembakin dognya baru tinggal. Good choice kalau gitu.
Mamat lu mana Mat? Nggak nonton Mat?
Bulan dia jatuh.
Guaranteed. Hence this time
Lu pakai headset yang benar, gue perhatiin nih anjing. Biasanya Meteor, tapi Meteor nggak disorot-sorot dari tadi anjing. Nah ini Mama tuh, Pit, itu Mama tuh pakai kacamata, nggak pakai kerudung kan. Rambut panjang megang kamera, itu pasti Mamat.
Not only that, they would have secured a lead down into the second half. So crucial round for RRQ and its different positions this time. RRQ,
oh itu dia nih Jameskin kontrol midnya. Last swing. Bareng su lebar satu, jangan satu-satu. Nah.
Lawan lu Meteor, jangan begitu nembaknya kontol.
Manskin lawannya kocak, dongo.
Oh Manskin yang bukan Meteor. Meteor ikut nyerang.
Crazy guy just dumping all the utility to
Masih
try
di
to
belakang dong
fend him
ininya.
off.
Ah, meteor tuh, meteor mid, meteor mid.
Information as
Si
well,
paling
but
tahu tuh meteor mid.
Wah, anjing bisa begitu kontol.
Nice.
Look at Meteor, he's still in place. Someone's got to get the spike. Izu going to dive back into spawn and pick that one up, and Meteor's got a lot of space here. These are just quintessential T1 rounds. It's 3 individuals taking timings with full
Manskin dari
confidence.
Genji kan, baru ngeh lagi
So
gua.
many sleeper agents that could activate across the map.
That's what this entire team was touted to be since the beginning, since this roster shuffle. Around thrown into chaos, and now RRQ has to find the read. They perhaps might have heard some of the Killjoy utility being deployed.
Nice.
Inside the
Ah,
pick
tuh.
from Jemkin. Now
Meteornya
the final
mati.
player left, and it's Izu. Doesn't really have the rendezvous
Udah
or
balik.
anything, so
Udah
it's
ketahuan di
all
mana.
down to dual isolation and angle
Nah,
as
itu loh.
well. He gets caught misstep. Cushy to find the recovery for RRQ.
Yeah, Jebka makes all the difference in that round. Buzz plucked.
Nice, dapat
in
mid ya.
the middle.
RRQ tuh jago di retake dari waktu kita juara. Harusnya lu retake-nya bagus dong. RRQ tuh kan retake Keon.
Retake
Keon. Ini Mbak, itu nice banget, nice shot banget tuh.
Jemkin. Panggil dia King sekarang.
That's what we're used to seeing from Jemkin. That's why, it makes sense for him to be on the
Duh,
center
gua
or
belum
the
ambil
chain.
minum
He's a
lagi,
player
minum gua
that
di bawah.
just has great positioning. Such
Lapar lagi, makan apa ya, guys?
How to take a duel and win it. Where to position himself.
Makan apa? Makan apa
Makan
sekarang
burger
saya?
kah?
As he treads down
Jangan,
B
Cok. Aku
long
pengen
this
burger ya,
time.
Cok. Lu dari
Full
kemarin
force.
anjing.
3-2 split from T1.
Nah, tuh temakin dong, kalau ngumpet.
Nice
Nah,
banget,
itu
Jemkin.
dong, jangan temakin
Positional
ini ya.
perfection from Jemkin, not a toe out of line.
Udah, gak
Izu
usah nemakin
taken out of the
doginya.
equation early on for
Nice,
T1. That's been a
nice.
big
Didengarin
game plan for
kata-kataku,
them.
guys.
Now Meteor feels the need to activate in the mid round.
Nih tinggal
You've
nunggu
lost your
meteor
shape with the
nih.
lockdown
Meteor
that
masuk,
beeline.
shotgun, jedar,
Might
jedar.
walk into a neon judge though.
Udah dari tadi ya
Thrown
emang
out
gitu,
for Cushy
mainin
now.
gini. Nah,
Dodged by Meteor though, he's gonna slip
kalau
back
ngedapet
away.
mati satu
Munchkin
dia
is
balik dia.
around A main as well.
Buzz with the op.
He's kind of taken up Izu's role in this particular round. This is a kind of classic T1 default that you've seen in their earlier Pearl games. Really up the individuals to find timings here.
Timing aja.
Meteor, however, hasn't really been too hot so far in this.
Lah,
round.
bikin
timing!
Caught with
Expero,
the util
anjing.
out. At least Crazy Guy takes down Buzz in exchange, but then it could be an open A site. Cushy, trying to play it safe, does have Hunter's Fury as well.
It's such a small detail, but the pressure on the B site is exactly why he picks up his star there, and that's what gets him killed. So T1, even these small little prods and pokes around the map, even if you don't pull a rotation per se, you can pull up just even a minute mistake. Hunter's Fury looking to cancel the plant here, does catch the edge of stacks. 14 seconds on the clock.
And the 0 point.
Nice combo.
Munchkin still just trying to hold and fend off.
Gak
just
ketahuan
inside
lagi
of
anjing.
mid,
Nice.
not yet.
Nice, satu lagi
Just
nih.
Eh,
Nah,
bawa.
ketahuan.
Last player standing, and he doesn't have any more time. Munchkin, unfortunately, relegating the round, but still trying to
Nah,
mop
itu loh.
up kills. Not too bad.
Not too bad.
One or two more there in RRQ.
Burger pakai nasi, lu kata Beyond anjing. Gua kasih burger dimakan pakai nasi anjing.
Good recovery in
Pengen
round 10
deh
and 11.
burger si nasi gimana
Looks
rasanya?
like this is
Enak
gonna
kan
be a
rasanya?
runaway
Dia
train
pengen
of
Gue beliin
a
burger,
attacking side
terus
with
dia
T1.
ngambil nasi. Coba Pit si Beyond itu.
RRQ have put them back in the box a
Abi,
little bit
abi
more.
anjing.
Mau misal kah tadi tuh?
Monya and Jemkin starting to find some impact. These are the big stars of RRQ. The consistency of
Sony
Jemkin
Inzone
and
kan
the
nggak terlalu
highs and lows
bagus
of
ya.
Monya.
Quicker paced round from T1 now, though, all of a sudden. 1-2-2, but also a lot of aim being blocked off.
Getting Meteor a little bit more impact and activation towards the middle of the map.
Di atas.
Pressure now from Cushy.
Whoa.
Hand in hand
Mati
with
Cushy.
Mati
Expero.
dong Kusi.
Oh no, but the
Dapat
flash as
satu.
well. Boom goes the dynamite. It's going to be Expero now, just trying to fan out alongside
Aduh,
Monya.
anjing.
But what is this? Buzz and Stacks are back into the fray.
Ya udah.
Munchkin launching
75.
himself out B long.
It's just
Terlalu
perfection
agresif.
from T1. It's what their comp does very well. The combination of the Sky and the Neon is just so fast to be able to react to any kind of pressure from the defense. Munchkin on the lurk has been a standout for T1. And if Jemka makes his way towards spawn, he's already got him dead to rights
Mati.
here.
Pretty much. Barrel spotted.
Mati.
Memek.
First day.
Wah.
7-5.
7 to 5.
Really, really nice attacking side there for T1. You had a couple of moments from RRQ great pistol to start things off, and I dare say if they don't get ecoed in round 2, that this would have been a defensive half that favored them. But regardless, they did pick themselves back up and still chip in a couple of good rounds. Looks like T1 is not as, you know, relaxed as they were in their opening 2 series to start out this game against RRQ. Pretty switched on so far. So I think if RRQ is going to beat them today, they're going to need to show an excellent level, and you cannot afford to make similar mistakes to what you saw in round 2 of this first half.
Korea babi.
Korea baik.
This map 1, as far as
Korea kayak kontol.
have gone, it feels like RRQ hasn't really
Ingat banget gua kasus Flip Jider no, sama adenya Meteor.
Kontol.
Si rasis kontol. Ntar Korea dirasisin sipit anjing. Marah goblok. Kenapa tuh? Itu mat kasus yang lagi di ranked Flip Jider sama adenya Meteor jadinya yang kena suspend. Dia nyenggol bilang si Bani Flip Jider itu orang India. Terus kayak India gitu jelek apa? Nah, India kesenggol, Indo kesenggol. Udah langsung. Dia lagi main di Jepang, kena juga tuh. Emang kontol orang-orang Korea tuh kayak babi. Korea yang paling gue respect orang Korea cuma satu mat, Sinteyong
pasti itu.
Sinteyong, sisanya kayak tai.
Yeah, kind of niche.
They're kind of like a homegrown, like small operation.
Very indie. Love the vibes. But either way, now it's going to be RRQ on the attack. Jemkin, solo push down A main. He's got to watch out for Izu.
I think T1 is already positioned excellently here, but if Jemkin can make the difference and pick Izu on A main, could be big. Shot not connected, so Jemkin does secure A main without really anything invested. Hasn't even needed to pop his rendezvous yet.
Triple elevation stack around Artist. Well,
Wah, 3 orang sih.
Kylo, for sure. It's not a part of the map that you want to be heading into as RRQ, who actually throw a flash over the top of connector to try to pull a rotation or a reaction from T1. But with the trademark not going down in that part of the map, T1 are just going to kind of trust their setup here.
They're chill. And that guiding light pretty much confirms it. They're probably not going to move from this A site.
No, this is definitely going to be the Sheriffs backing themselves in some duels. You've got an anti-flash position in the close corner of Buzz, but after the orb gets secured from RRQ, they're going to go meet up with Xfero potentially on that B side of the map.
Either way, you're going to be happy with the alt points. Crazy guy trying to sell fakes by himself. Truly insane.
He's done very well. Made it out a lot of utility and secured a 3-man stack over towards that A side of the map. Quick rotations in tow from T1. Meteor trying to pluck one on the cross before this gets too far out of control.
See, the early warning system does award him a bit more damage. Or not. Now it's going to be Jemkin. Holding up by Link, but no real shots just yet. It's Crazy Guy suddenly popping through. Frags tossed as well. Might buy a bit more time away. Allows for RQ to back themselves into pillar.
He's still got the relay bolt here from Melihat as well, and that's going to get dumped on Link's side. T1 is taking a little bit too long to get back in here.
Yeah, all up towards the choke. They still have that back, but that shot mid-air, Jemkin. Magnificent tracking into the smoke, especially with the shock dart.
RRQ, itu loh.
I mean, that's phenomenal from Crazy Guy. He's looked very comfortable on this KO.
Valorant passionate guys. Kalau Mobile Legends bodoh amat lah ya
TTA. For RRQ, it has to be said. Flash up over the top of A main.
Gua beli di jersey Valorant, anjing gua dukung Valorantnya
memek.
Dar anjing kepala.
Anjing kepala, anjingnya apa kepala.
Truly your IGL. I mean, so selfless in how he makes his plays and calls. And he does it by himself. Keeps 3 more players from T1 pinned down. Next round comes up though, and of course T1 not backing down from the fight. This time they wrangle the orb away in A main.
Stacks prioritizing the Seekers to start things off here. Meteor and a bit of a quieter game, especially on the attacking side. He's usually quite good. So definitely his stomping ground here on Pearl on the Killjoy.
Yeah, typically.
But a bit of a quieter one here. Maybe you can start to warm up a little bit more on the defense.
Anjir, Rumiti dapat banget.
I mean, defense is
aduh anjing timing banget anjing.
Like the offense right now. Izu's walking
kata gua.
Taking Xfero's head off, and Munchkin is in transition as well.
Always needs to watch out for that as an Estra, but Now things might start to sting.
Tawan ya ini.
You could get Cushy caught on the cross here. You've only got a main control. There's a 3 stack over there for T1. Are RRQ gonna lose the second round after winning pistol again?
Surely not.
That would be pretty egregious, Quack.
They're trying to walk or waltz into A, I should say. Okay, a little check from Izu.
Yeah, Cushy's still on the lurk here. Can't afford to get caught by Munchkin, who will not trigger the trademark. There's a big rotation coming back in from T1, mostly from spawn side.
If Munchkin times this just right, you would have no idea how he slipped there. At the same time, now the main forces from T1,
Mana Munchkin?
pistol train,
Aduh, Munchkin di
trying to get
belakang.
themselves settled in towards back sight. All the utility from RRQ as well, though, being set up. Munchkin just trying to call this one for himself. Sets up for the backstab, but here comes Buzz in with the shorty. Melihat pushes through. Suddenly, caught mid-reload! Oh my goodness, Munchkin, what have you done? 3 found, and it's just Cushy to try to save it off, but it's not happening. Once again, Eco thrown off.
Throw dia anjir. Kenapa mainnya slow banget anjir?
Pistols to start off. Both the opening pistol, they had the perfect read against.
Gua telepon Wendy ini anjing, bilangin lo. Yang benar goblok mainnya. Capek banget gua.
They call the perfect pistol yet again, only to get
Oh,
ecoed.
sama flank anjing. Lawan lu T1, Meteor sama Munchkinnya kepepek.
A lot of eggs in the basket of picking an extremely strong map for T1 straight into him, but you're not doing yourself any favors here as RRQ.
That facial expression says it all. Playing off against
Bisa nggak RRQ main tuh nggak bikin pusing kepala gitu loh?
Pusing kepala.
Jemkin on the Vandal.
Kontol anjing. Mana Faker bang? Mati anjing. Mati dia main tuh lagi ranked sama Gumayushi. Menang yang menang Gumayushi.
Smokes, trying to check it, relay both fast lane, Izu still continuing to fire on. Swaps over to the Headhunter as well, but okay, at that range, I'm surprised. Melihat has done well to give his team some space.
Buzz looking to get back in here. He's usually going to be the cleanup crew for T1. Guiding Light goes forward, and the trades are looking decent for T1, but RRQ's tucked themselves into backside, and Jemkin hasn't had to do anything yet. He's been sitting on that Vandal since the start of the round.
That's ridiculous. 1 HP Melihat, and he's still such a thorn in T1's sides. Jemkin with the angle as well. Any time of the day, you would bet that he gets that shot. Munchkin gonna do his best, though, trying to thwart the advances for now. But onto the spike he goes.
He's got it hard.
Jemkin, does he have it? Right through the smoke. It dissipates and down to the half. Almost gets the shot off. Now Jemkin pushes up, but Munchkin lands it
Nice.
just enough time.
Itu loh.
Jemkin still saves the round for RRQ.
Thrifty.
Oh, it gets bloody close.
Triptinya mahal yang ngentot.
They cause the upset.
Udah menang 5 lawan 3. Mati semua kontol.
Jemkin indeed was the hero of the hour to secure that 1v1. Good shot from Izu, changing up the elevation. Have to say that Meteor needed to get more done there. Close range with the Vandal anti-eco. You'd be banking on Meteor holding down his side on the Sentinel to get at least 2. In normal circumstances, very quiet game from him thus far.
Anak-anak haram anjing Korea
Uncharacteristic
anjing.
even.
Kusi ya, tudung ya dari kemarin-kemarin ya. Kenapa ya? Kusi ya. Mana ya skill-skillnya tuh?
T1 goes again, A main control. You got Buzz and a Judge out towards mid doors.
Munchkin's over here. 16 and 5 on the Astra.
Korea nggak bisa bahasa Inggris, tolong.
The last game of Pearl that they played as well, I believe. Can't remember if it was the T1 or the Valorant game, but he was phenomenal in one of those. Just earlier on in this stage. T1 going back to the drawing board here. Very much saving for the rest of the defensive half, getting closer towards some of these ults, but as mentioned, with shotguns and sheriffs in hand, still a dangerous
Mati sama
prospect
Meteor
for
tolol
RRQ.
sih.
Meteor.
Tolol monyet.
Righting his wrongs. That's a good opening pick onto
Kenapa
Melihat.
masih main kayak slow
3
gini
thrifties in a
anjing?
row is
Bener-bener
definitely
kayak
a
tadi
possibility.
Stick with the spear blunted. But more support coming through with infantry marching down B. Link. Buzz comes back in with the Judge.
Mizu on the off angle, needs to deal with Jemkin here. This chamber off has been a point of contention.
Pasifik bukan di Amerika.
Jemkin will have a little bit of help from the rest of the boys though. No flashes left for Crazy Guy. No drone. You've only just got the signature pieces of util here from the initiators.
Alright, 0 point checks it.
Lovely. Push him away. Deny the rendezvous and then dart onto the line. Fragment will secure a little bit more space with 10 seconds on the clock. Plant goes down.
And it's Buzz. Ooh, just enough. Does RQ dive back on top of the spike? They are trying to get it, but it's Munchkin with a blocking. That's the round right there.
Thrifty lagi, tolol
They robbed
banget
them
aja.
again.
Gak bakal gue pakai nih jersey anjing, goblok banget mainnya, tolol.
Kenapa nggak hapus aja?
Pede aja gak sih, udah maju anjing, entry susah, ngentot. Udah tahu adaptif ya itu.
Bisa kayak gitu.
Mereka dengerin, gimmick dong bang, nggak bisa gua gimmick anjing, sebel gua nonton RRQ kontol anjing, Valorant babi.
Back and forth. I mean, there was a guiding light towards A main, the way that Izu kind of held everything in line. Now all of a sudden it's a quicker paced round, a full pistol train again, with Melihat as the tip.
Yeah, you need the overdrive to go huge here if you're hoping for anything on the side of RRQ. 2 to force, ripped. RRQ are serious about this one.
I don't know how much stake I would put into it though. KT1 just want nothing to do with it.
Full retake set up on the A side. Flash lined up from Crazy Guy. And the rest of RRQ
Mid lagi tuh mid anjing.
Trailblazer through the middle of the map. I mean, something must have triggered T1 to be nervous about that. The trademark's been invested on A, so they don't really have much information towards the middle of the map. All the Killjoy utility was towards B as well. Maybe the alarm bot got shocked or something like that, but something has seriously spooked T1.
Still though, with firepower, with positioning, they could come in with a retake. Stacks close to Seekers. Nonetheless, RRQ to break through the initial barricade into the A side.
Apa dia nge-draw tadi ya?
Stacks to play retake. If he gets a frag, can rip his Seekers and kind of simplify this retake situation. Overdrive gets pulled to Melihat, diving into spawn, but not given anything here.
You gotta really just try to buy as much time away from the spike, or at least to find.
Mati ya main kanan, goblok anjing.
Initially, Tour de Force loops in, but no shots found just yet.
Pinter
Headhunter
banget
removed as
anjir.
well. RRQ backed themselves into A main where
Anjir,
T1 was
kalah.
already in
Kalah segalanya
position
anjir.
to cut them off by their
Goblok anjing. Lu map pick lu ini pro anjing.
Rewarded with the same patience that they used to crush Varel on this map earlier in the group. Overdrive gets pulled out. 2 of the fourths get pulled out.
Jangan bikin lawan jadi terlalu nyantai anjing.
So to speak.
Ah goblok. Lawan lama-lama kan kebiasaan ya gameplay begini, ada hafal. Ih, sebel banget gua.
I mean, Buzz and Stacks in tandem is a big talking point of this T1 team right now. The synergy of these two players, having been on so many rosters for such a long time, is phenomenal. And when you have great synergy between your IGL Enir and your SAR duelist, it's very hard to beat.
in sync.
Lapar lagi gua.
Like, wow, that was poetic, but you're absolutely right. I mean, letting RQ get that spike in really, hurt their chances in that round.
I mean, they've just let the overdrive run out in multiple situations. Melihat hasn't had the kind of impact that you'd want from him on the Neon. Not a terrible game for him by any stretch of the imagination, but not the carry games that he's capable of. Last time out for RRQ. They know that they're in a bit of a pickle. Money's built up for T1 quite substantially at this point.
T1 tuh jago LOL doang udah kontol. Itu loh.
This is their map pick.
Remontada time anjay, remontada time.
If they let it slip through their fingers.
Lu nggak usah ngetik-ngetik nulis-nulis pakai bahasa Korea, itu bahasa babi anjing. Emang Jackson ini kontol ya, Jackson ngebela Korea mulu anjing, keturunan Korea lu babi.
Siapa Jackson?
Inian kalau apa head.
Cha, which stun you want, Cha? Hall? Hall. I'm gonna go hall. Yo, what pitch champion? I'm ready.
Yeah. Cap.
Nice.
Near.
I need flash or something. Okay, I flash.
It's going to be a B execute one way or another. They're already talking about the stun that they're going to be using in the back of the B site, but that is heavily reinforced by T1 right now.
And also
Mati.
look at
Mati, nggak ada flash.
Dar.
This is already all being read by T1, especially with that shot from Izu. I don't know how much RQ can do despite the intention to go breaking back Hall. Buzz inside of smoke. Crazy Guy gunned down, and now Izu again. It's just Melihat, the only one to have slipped past. T1 trying to locate him. Tries to give himself a bit more position. Will find Buzz. Tries to jiggle, but now with 50 seconds, is he gonna be able to stay alive long enough to play out the round? T1 just try to stay together. 3 stack, but a single shoulder is all Izu needs.
Yeah, T1's just completely outplayed them there. They have read them post timeout. Operator in the perfect position. B site with 3 players on there. Astra, Killjoy, and the quick rotation over from the Neon. RRQ never even had a chance of pulling off that P execute. Perfect movement from Buzz. Slips into the smoke to catch Crazy Guy and catches Cushy. Completely defenseless. 11 up for T1.
And I am sorry to say this, that might have been the whole map right there. Economy broken. Just Melihat onto the Bucky. And T1 trying to control every single portion, every single lane on this Pearl. Sliding through. Hold on, the judge just completely prevents entry.
Oh man. Cushy, very low on HP. There's no way he's making it through the double doors. Crazy Guy.
12-7.
The game of Pearl that RRQ was hoping for. But at the end of the day, I mean, when you get ecoed, and this is coming from someone that's been knocked out of a tournament after winning both pistols and getting ecoed both second rounds.
Yeah, go on.
You've got no one else to blame.
Sucks to say, but sometimes the truth is harsh. They've tried multiple rounds. They've had some pretty good macro reads, but at times it's just those plays. Buzz in and out of smokes. Munchkin on a heater of a map.
Oh yeah, he's been phenomenal.
Kontol.
Which is interesting because I feel like he was kind of lacking a little bit during kickoff. He didn't have that same star power. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Continue. We're kind of jinxing T1.
Okay. Yeah, I think Buzz, he's pretty washed. Meteor hasn't really done much this map. Should be an easy round for RRQ, right? Like, yep. Look, I tried my best, guys.
NT.
Point for T1.
T1 kontol, T1 babi.
Phenomenal.
Next.
At the end of the day, I mean, we talk about the ecos in the second round, but also just picking a map that you know that
T1 kalau nggak ada faker.
It
T1.
indicates a
Apa
certain
itu
level
T1?
of confidence, but there's a fine line between confidence and, you know, stupidity. Or
yeah, wasn't there
mistake.
a Michael Scott quote? But yes. Either way, though, I mean, that was an eco. Kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, but
RRQ have put together some crazy comebacks in the past, especially on the attacking side, courtesy of Crazy Guys calling. So 5 rounds in a row, it's not beyond the stretch of imagination, but with the amount of mistakes that they've been making, they're gonna have to clean things up a little bit.
Just keep an eye for this for now. It's Izu up towards B long. 3 stack, thanks to the info line on A site. T1 feel pretty comfortable and trusting in their setup.
Yeah, the alarm bot and the trademark are holding the middle of the map. Drone goes forward and does spot out that trademark, so Cushy can break it with the shock. There it is.
Apply a little bit more pressure while the rest of the team tries to maybe go scouting for an A-split. Shot fired off with Jemkin. Oh no, but now they're getting caught mid-slide. Stacks! And Meteor still undetected in the off angle. Will get spotted around the edge of the smokes. Does RRQ have the fight necessary? Do they have that dog in them? They try to get the spike down. 0 point confirms more players backside as well. And with more side pictures being confirmed, a couple more players from T1.
Reload lagi Crazy Guy.
Still though, getting caught mid-reload. Buzz tries to get a little bit too ahead of himself. Just Izu. A monster in his own right. With an operator and possibly headhunter. Will he be able to break the double stack? Deletes Jemkin, swaps to the shorty, pulls out the pistol, but Xfero saves the day. RRQ will carry on.
And get it done. Just simplifying, dropping Jemkin off at A main, and then just going straight up art. Soberdrome confirms the trademark. They break the Sentinel util in the middle of the map. I have to say though, this is a round that's won by RRQ, where, you have multiple players on T1 whiffing. Meteor probably could have got done more from Church there. And it still comes down to a 1v1. That's how dangerous Izu is on that chamber. So anything but as clean as he would have liked from RRQ. But it is a start. 4 more needed. Cosmic is there. Two of the force comes out from Izu. Look at the ults that T1 have, man. Cosmic and the lockdown is just a how to retake B on Pearl starter kit.
Yeah, you add this A main read with Stacks playing in position to that kit.
My ult is ready.
I'm getting nervous, Billy.
Shot down.
A little bit of pressure. Jemkin dropped off once again on one of the extremities, similar to the round previous. Sphere and Cosmic in the back pocket for RRQ.
Well, RRQ.
Got a minute on the clock, and they're still kind of meandering around spawn.
RRQ.
Feeling like T1 has taken that A main space, and they'd be correct about that. Stacks is over there and was scanned by the knife.
Take Stacks out, then you might have an open door. Trying to go to it as a team. Stacks trying to get ahead as well. No escape plan though. Now he gets eliminated. Just Izu with a tour de force could definitely slow and hamper things down. Thinking to re-peek as well, just around the edge of the smoke if he starts to hear a spike tap. Oh, trademark contact! Then just 3 left for RRQ. The lockdown instantly getting deployed. Melihat feels the pressure and wants to push through, but slowed down, tagged by the relay bolt even. He does find a headshot, however, but nonetheless,
no.
Oh no.
It's gonna be Xpharaoh detained. Jemkin, you've got to go, man. Save your brethren. The spike getting defused, and he's been caught! Xpharaoh tucked behind the corner, but the spike gets defused nonetheless. It's 13-8, and T1 just swing wildly against RRQ.
Yeah, they win with some star power. Excellent game from Buzz, Munchkin, great init, util, and calls from Stacks.
BTW kamera bisa nggak itu nunjukin ke Meteor anjing? Gue pengen ngawasin Meteor biar pakai headset yang bener anjing.
You know, 3 or 4 on 5 teams at the best of times. And for RRQ, it's clear that they had a comp change. They have a lot of prep brought into Pearl. You saw some fantastic rounds from them. Both pistols were phenomenal to watch. But when you get ecoed straight afterwards, you're just going to dig yourself a hole that is extremely hard to climb out of on both halves.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, that was honestly one of my most favorite moments of the entire map, just because of the sheer outplays back to back. But even then, after that breaks away, T1 just comes in with the lead. You started to see, you know, I think it's time to, you can kind of bring back the term super team now. It's been Stacks with Buzz, you're seeing Munchkin, but Izu as well on this chamber. Close clutches that he has.
Yeah. He's just always so dangerous. He's always good for one. Jemkin, not a bad day from him on the chamber either. I think T1 did a pretty good job. I felt like there was a lot of rounds, particularly on the defense from Jemkin, that he had the tour de force in hand and he was getting dogged off the line, or the movement was just a little bit too clean from Buzz and he wasn't able to hit the shot. So T1, even with the limited resources that they have with a comp like this, they get the most out of them.
It's really close, but either way now we're going to toss it back over to the desk. It's Victoria, Paper Thin, and Big Todd!
Oh my goodness, what in the world?
Are you okay?
13-8 anjir.
I feel attacked.
Yeah, well, I mean,
what's the emergency?
You're an easy target.
Number?
I mean, your shirt is that loud,
yeah,
to be fair.
That's clearly what we're going for today.
Well, this is really interesting. Of course, the question is always, why would you pick into T1's Pearl? But you could see that RRQ prepped for this. It's just so unfortunate that a lot of it didn't go through after those pistol rounds.
Yeah, I mean, ideas and prep are only so good until you get punched in the mouth by this T1 roster. And that's truly what it felt like. It felt like they were not even concerned by RRQ's game plan. A lot of the times we saw those big individual moments. And what's scary is they didn't even need Meteor this map. He didn't really have to do anything. We just saw everybody else begin to take over. And you know, you got to start to worry a little bit for RRQ, because where is this team going now? But this was your own map pick. You've come in there with clearly a lot of ideas and thoughts.
This is your own map.
You're 0-1 now in this series, and T1 are moving towards very good maps for them.
Well, we did need Meteor's lockdown at the last.
Yeah,
both the couple lockdowns he used were actually very impactful. They were actually like difference makers. But like, I mean, First of all, Buzz very, very good on the Neon.
Yeah.
He
Jago banget sih
has
Neon
dipped his
Baskets.
opponent in that regard, and
Not
he
gonna
looks very
lie.
comfortable. And again, his selfless nature of just being like, okay, we need to get info at this position, so I'm going to yeet my body in there. We've already gotten the site. I want to figure out exactly what their retake setup is going to look like, so I'm just going to go ahead and dive through and try to take somebody with me. But he does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of like getting that space and then doing a lot of the info gathering beyond what Stacks can do with his util.
Which is a huge step up from kickoff, right? Buzz earlier, it was a lot of just sending the body in and not much happening after that. So I'm seeing that improvement at least there for T1. But RRQ, they had a really good game plan there in terms of map control.
Yeah, I want to pull up round 4. For me, this is a round that got me excited about RRQ on this defense. I felt like they understood how to counter this Sky. So they try and force Jemkin off the line, and it works, but it uses their dog. So now they really start to struggle. RRQ react with that knife towards a main and take it. They know it's only Munchkin there, and he can't walk up to challenge this now. So T1, they sense this gap in art, because there's always going to be a little bit of a gap if you're not using that Killjoy. But I think RRQ just understand that they don't have that Sky. They can't go back, sorry, they don't have that Sky dog. They can't go back towards B-Long. They now can't go a main because it's messy there, and they're forced back into this trap from Xfero.
Yeah, and I think some really good individual moments here, as well as the trademark being just in a perfect position to, anticipate what T1 might do in that moment. But also, Crazy Guy's KO on the defender side, I thought was pretty well set
RRQ lo
up. He had a
mau
lot
kalah
of really
juga
impactful
kalau yang
fragments in
penting
particular.
lolos,
That
mainnya yang
delayed
bener dulu
T1 to get his
anjing.
team into better position. So like the theory and methodology was there on the defender side, but
Yang
the
penting
attacker
lolos.
side, I felt like the Sky was getting more value for T1 than the KO was for RRQ.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show, even if you put all that prep work in, I feel like RRQ did a lot of things right in that map, especially in that first half. You can tell it's well thought out. You can tell they've got smart ideas. But ultimately, in that second half, then it just didn't feel like they had a lot. It didn't feel like they were individually able to stack up to what we saw on the side of T1.
And Munchkin was a huge part of that too.
Yeah.
Munchkin was actually
He's lurking around the map. He's finding these gaps all the time. And if he's shooting you in the back of the head, it's going to be a real tilter.
And he was winning the contact battles too.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Sorry, it's just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, T1 were pretty masterful on that map. But one agent that we had our eyes on this map, of course, are the Chambers. And Jemkin's Chamber, well, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, we were hyped for this Chamber matchup. I think there's no doubt Izu got the better of them. We saw nice moments from the two of them. I was much more worried for Izu. I felt like he was going to have a tough time. There's a lot of util to play into, but he didn't seem to let that bother him at all.
Tapi di Korea,
Yeah, I mean, that shot
Saya
right there
lapar.
was
That was
absolutely
nice.
filthy.
Yeah,
but I mean,
Tapi
as
di
the
Korea,
game went on,
saya
like,
lapar.
Izu was able to be much more impactful on the defender side, especially on the retakes. Like, he has so much confidence. Look at this right here. Goes in, peeks for one. There's somebody watching the cross on his left that he doesn't even see, and he still is able to get the kill and get out. I mean, just in general, more impactful from Izu, especially on the defender side.
And that's the thing. That, for me, is what sets apart those okay Chamber players to the real strong ones. It's that they understand those little gaps where they're able to swing. You can't stand in the expected places, because that's when you're going to get hit by the knife. No one's going to expect that second swing through the smoke. They don't have util ready for you there, and Izu knows how to push those limits. So, in my mind, definitely got the better of Jemkin in this opening map.
Absolutely. And while both of these teams, Team 1, I would say is still definitely favored to win, hence our predictions. But I do like generally the direction RRQ is going in. They're definitely working on stuff right now, but they have to take bind. Otherwise, they're going to take their first match loss of stage 1. And going to bind here, this is Team 1's pick.
Yeah, you're a little bit worried if you're RRQ now, and I think the big question for me is when we last saw them play, they were playing that Neon Waylay. Do they bring that out again, or are they showing that they want to try and swap ahead of the patch coming in next week? Because if now is the week you're taking to swap across all your stuff, you're going to expect a dip. But this is a game that can qualify you for playoffs. T1 are on the edge of playoffs now. So I'm very worried now for RRQ, especially if they swap away from this card.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Defense-nya
they still won against Barrel.
39%
Yes,
doang
it's
lagi
very, very
RRQ.
close though. And I definitely have some concerns. But we don't know exactly what T1 might be bringing into this here exactly. The Yoru, of course, is like probably not going to be making an appearance, I would think. So is it just going to be like a single duelist with Izu just still stuck on the chamber? Or are we going to try something a little bit different? Maybe a Gecko in there or something like that. Could be in the wheelhouse of like what T1 maybe could be thinking. I don't know. That's just me really going out in the left field. But I have to kind of disagree. I don't like what I'm seeing out of RRQ. I think they're really just... They're just not their normal selves right now. They don't look like they're really reacting to things properly. They don't look confident. They're not winning a lot of their 1v1s, so I'm nervous.
I mean, I predicted them today because I was really hoping to see that step up. It's not a ceiling problem for these players. They have it in them. But they've just not found themselves in this meta. But now back against the wall, they have to find it if they want to get themselves into playoffs today.
And we had this question earlier,
Nggak diingat ini kalau ngebahas Onyx
coming up, is RRQ going to use the same comp that they've always been using? They are
ada
a
fans
Neon loving team right now, but with the nerfs coming up,
dia ngejelek-jelekin kayak bilang Rio tuh nggak usah bawa RRQ ke VCT franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Raze is such a natural
mending tim lain di Indo yang lebih bagus. Tapi dia nyebutnya siapa coba? Onyx, tahu kan?
Bringing
itu
it
lucu
in
banget
though,
anjing.
is gonna stick
Boom
with that
didiemin,
Waylay,
AE didiemin segitu, Boom sama AE punya Valo
We need to see better synergy from those two together on this double duelist, because that was a problem for them even in their wins. On the side of T1, Izu sticking with that chamber. Very stock standard comp for T1. Everyone's in a comfort role.
I love what T1 has cooked up for this. I think this is well within their wheelhouse. You can play a lot of the same kind of synergies and ideas that you just did on Pearl. So keep it simple, keep it straightforward, let these players do what they do best, and that's take contact fights and win them.
Yeah, because the mistakes that RRQ was making with this comp last week and the week before that, T1 is definitely going to punish you for that. So RRQ definitely have to clean things up. We're going to send it back to our casters. We've got Pilsky and Quack!
Quack! Nice try.
Yeah.
I think that was weak sauce. We could do a lot better. But either way, yes, they are absolutely right. Still on the precipice of walking into playoffs. But also, if they lose, it's not the worst thing in the world. They still have some more games to go. But we're going to table the Raze Waylay for now. We're back into this. Very similar compositions. T1 still specializing in what has already worked out for them.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned for RRQ because they only just barely scraped a win over Varel with LP going for like nuclear on the chamber last time around. He dropped almost 30 kills, and it was something that was very effective against RRQ, playing this exact same comp. And I look at Izu and I'm thinking, this guy's looking sharp today. You've got a much more well-rounded team on the side of T1, playing a map that they very clearly know how to play in multiple metas. Bind has been a very, very good one for them for quite a while. And they're always great at getting aggressive on this defense.
So hopefully as RRQ might catch up to it. Of course, they have this played last. As mentioned before, they will kind of just take things a little bit more slow and steady for now.
RRQ very much expecting some aggression or some kind of info push somewhere, and playing to potentially try to punish that. But after nothing happens in the early round, what is the mid to late round play and plan from RRQ? Trademark inside of Hookah here for T1. Guarding Light does confirm that someone is there, but it might be a bit of a false sense of security as Munchkin is not actually inside of Hookah. It's a high-low on the back of the B site.
Guess enough for RRQ to head over to A instead. Toxic Screen supporting.
Buzz and Meteor both here with Sheriffs just looking for picks as RRQ try to get into the site, but not really given any opportunities to do so.
I don't know how much stake I would put in Buzz with a Sheriff around the smokes. Just trying to play around the spike plant, but feels like they're going to have to give that up as well. A couple of shots tagging through against Xfero inside of Showers.
Still a lot of great util here for RRQ. You've got the Saturate, Molotov, Relay Bolt, as well as a Guiding Light on Cushy. It's going to be a little bit of a challenging retake for T1 here.
They've lost the initiative. Smoke down once again as well. Just listening for the tap. Of course, you can't use util if you're getting shot down. Saturate already spent, refracted into the open. Buzz, free kill. Then off towards Hang On. What is this? Backside, A short. RRQ is not shooting. And just blocked off by Smokes as well. It's going to be the post-plant utility to try to buy a bit more time on Yet. He does! Triple kill saves the round. RRQ with pistol once again.
I thought they fumbled the bag on that pistol. I'm not going to lie. The Brim Molotov was used very early on, and T1 hadn't even tapped the spike yet. Then they get a couple of kills coming back in on this retake. Jemkin gets nothing done from bathrooms. That's a bit of sloppy movement through the side of the wall. Those are just free kills. But it's Monya and Crazy Guy as the wall drops that dive out together. And it's like T1 was shooting at them with like water pistols or something, you know? It's like watching Mika Fabs get assaulted on the desk again. By us, of course, the analyst with the water pistols.
Hopefully no more water pistols for the remainder as Headhunters come into the fray. A big tag against Cushy, but Armor will soak that up. Now RRQ back to just holding default, not really seeing too much double hookah setup though.
Slow anti-eco here for RRQ. Something that they've had a little bit of issues with today, I'm not going to lie. Get eco twice on Pearl, so let's see if they can kind of right their wrongs as the Trailblazer goes up straight through into Garden there. RRQ creeping up and looking to just try to push down A with that Viper Wall in tandem, but he's found a little bit of a gap here. Walking down the middle of the map with Munchkin and looking for a flank.
Cushy. Through timing as well, and he's going to find the first headshot, but instantly replied by Munchkin. Go time for RRQ into A site, but Buzz is still snaking around with that Bucky. It's going to be Meteor. Mentioned the Smeg, and the Viper is the one that comes up with two. Picked up onto the Spectre as well. Spike retrieved, instant call for RRQ to rotate over onto B.
The wall goes down, Munchkin's in the pole position to kind of stop this one.
Oh no.
Needs to get cleared here.
Sparrow, you've got to. But he goes down. It's just Jemkin left. And this Vandal absolutely robbed away T1 again. This has happened 3 times.
Ya Allah,
it's just pure tilt territory as RRQ here. There's no other way to put it. You've been ecoed 3 times in a row in this series.
Kalah sama pistol,
I don't know if you can recover from that. I gotta be honest. I know we're 2 rounds into this game, but there's not many more tilting things than what's just happened here. That is phenomenal pre-fire from Munchkin. He is on one today.
You can definitely tell. They even took their time in
bro,
that round, but
just
still
in, bro.
found the same result. Unfortunate.
Masuknya susah banget ini.
RRQ with all pistols, a couple of Buckies in fact.
Yeah,
just looking to storm the front game.
I mean, it's Monya and Jemkin that have to get something done here if RRQ want to cause a little bit of an upset. Stim goes in, as do the smokes, as Jemkin dives up onto the top of truck. But no one there to find him, so he's forced to refract away.
And that's unfortunately where Cushy goes down as well. Clear sign for T1 to try to set up. Not too bad with the movement from Melihat though, but that Arlo was always going to be a menace as Izu moves up with Cold. Buzz to finish, supported by Trailblazer.
Goblok.
Really, really good stuff for T1. 4 guns kept over to continue on in this half. Outlaw's still in play. Buzz is going to buy himself a shotgun to min-max the money. It's a dangerous looking bonus for RRQ to consider as they head into their first gun round in round number 3.
Itu apa itu?
Been a pretty slow, measured attacking
Main chamber no hijau no anjing.
To the anti-eco as well. But they might go a little faster this round. Let's have a listen in and see what they've got planned.
Cepetin aja.
Maybe Viper chamber B.
Yeah, Snake butted off the line there. Good defense of Hookah from Meteor, and he's going to stick around for more here. Pushed away, though. Doesn't win that exchange. But still alive to get healed up by Stacks inside of Garden. And that will mean that they can still lend the Viper Wall outside of bathrooms to the rest of the team.
It's just still so incredibly oppressive. Forces RRQ into A short where Izu has the operator now. Just trying to time it right. Melihat trying to play tricky, but still. Boom goes the dynamite. Back across with Buzz and everyone to begin the rotations over.
Yeah, RRQ anticipating some more aggression here. Stacks is still in play with a guiding light in tow. Cushy finally getting that spike down, but it's a 4-on-5 for RRQ. They're somewhat surrounded here.
Still possible for RRQ with Crazy Guy possibly taking control over Bats. Buzz turns around, however, but also wants to push up in towards short. So while most players might be corralled around, Crazy Guy might be able to save it. All 3 getting shot down. Izu marks Bats. RQ try and try, but again to no avail.
Ngecit.
Trying to get him destroyed. Monyet's been the standout on this map, and he was off before the round even got started. Tried to jiggle the line as best he could, but Izu still finds him before RRQ goes for that A execute. Lose a lot of that playmaking potential once he goes down, especially in the post plant. Like you see the guiding light coming out of U-Haul with multiple players diving out with it, but it's a lot less scary when you've got a Waylay Brimstone coming out of the smoke than a Neon that can kind of fast lane and cause a little bit of havoc there.
5-0 ya, 5-0.
Timeout now for RRQ. It just feels like it's not their day today, gotta be honest. The way these halves have started, it's very, very hard as a team to mentally get yourself into the game. Like, they are a very resilient team. They've dealt with a tough set of circumstances in the
Lawan
past.
Pep bisa ngelawan, masa lawan tim Korea kayak
Some of the
Asu.
comebacks they've been able to put together in the past, but this would be something unreal from them.
11 or something against Shenji, but this, yeah, a very different results. I mean, it's not just round-to-round losses, but it's the fact that rounds they felt they should have had, that thrifty, now they're getting the spike down, but still not quite able to hold it. Still got to wash all that off, though, and that's hopefully what this timeout does. You want to bring that winning mentality back into it. Just feel that process, play the rounds out,
Sini ke Bogor,
try to
ntar
right
ku
those
kasih
wrongs.
tiap hari gratis.
Tiap hari.
Do it for views,
Tiap
hari.
do it for Hochi.
Tiap hari makan burger
Chaos at
kembung tuh,
stake.
perut kenyang.
Big economy built up for T1. Got the ult out for Izu. He's getting close to a 2 to force. Once they run out of the finances, that's where the ults start to get mixed in as well. RRQ, they've got a lot of work to do. Wall getting put up, trying to wait for some kind of a response for a T1 who's just playing fully retake on the A site. Probably see them just drop the Trailblazer straight through bathrooms and retake through that side of the map. Meteor looking for a pick. Able to find it, so RRQ given the site. Go through bus, they're just going to complete the retake from spawn side. Interesting.
All right, well, at least they're close to ults, so even without the additional bats angle, they might be able to scrounge up something here. Relay bolts and more utility spent forces out Monyet's overdrive as well. So just to delay the retake a little bit further, wait out the overdrive to burn out. Op shot fired as a slight warning. Then suddenly the flash and slide Buzz in along with Munchkin. That's Orbital. Sent over onto Lamp. Monyet flushed out of position. No response. The rest of the team all straggling back and forth. One back into Lamps. Perhaps looking for post-plant util, but no angle. And now it's just Cushy onto the Stinger. 1 kill, but nothing else.
Oh, this is just too easy for T1. Every retake going so well for them. Very patient with the way they're constructing them as well. You see the utility invested, like the fast lane and Buzz diving up inside of that with the guiding light. Baits out a whole bunch of utility from RRQ in the post plant before they actually go in together. And with Munchkin getting that kill, as you mentioned, the Orbital able to deal with the U-Haul control, which is usually the kind of annoying position.
Gak ada Seliar itu, gak ada Seliarnya mana tuh?
You don't want to go anywhere near that when the other team is on a half bite. Not a single mistake being made by T1 today.
Nggak bagus terus.
A+
Oh,
under
terus
a
kalah
card. Well, RRQ buying back up, however. This time trying to head back over into Hookah. Clearing out with as much util as possible.
Yeah, Sky Smoke from the attackers.
What?
It's unlucky. Spammed down to 50 already. Cushy will probably have to heal him up. Got the Seekers and the Orbital. And it's not too late to start getting going on this attacking side, but you're going to have to win so many gun rounds back to back to crack down on this T1 economy.
See if this first step over onto B gives them anything.
I've got your trail.
In position is Izu. Will rendezvous out. The Seeker's being spent as well. Stacks. Have to watch out around the smokes.
Plan goes down nice and easy for RRQ. They do have the Orbital in the post plant. They're starting to make moves towards Elbow. Izu's hanging around here though.
And it's gonna fire off more shots. Re-peek as well. RQ still trying to push the issue,
anjing,
especially
dapat
going out
lagi
from spawn
kontol.
side. Buzz making use of it alongside Stacks. The duo as healthy as ever. Look at Munchkin. Clearing out over to the top of Hookah as well. RRQ, however, has other intentions.
Dengeran
Heavy
tuh,
ordnance
elbow.
always in mind, and there it gets deployed. Despite getting it halfway, Crazy Guy will unfortunately deny Izu, and Xpero comes
Ya
up with quick
Allah!
threefold. Munchkin,
Mahal banget
Nice
dua orang
attempts.
mati anjing.
but the Sentinel and Controller for RRQ will put the round on the board.
Yeah, very nicely done from Xpero. That's his first 4 kills of the game. It's an interesting retake plan for T1. They Vipers pit out their own spawn to clear some of those close angles and then kind of use that as a launching pad to retake the site. You see the guiding light straight through. Doesn't end up working though.
Oh, pakai pentem ya. Oh.
See that RRQ win that elbow exchange, push Izu away without losing a pick, and then once you put Xpero in a post plant, you know he's good to convert it.
Either way, nice recovery. But now Izu comes in
Tuh,
with
tuh,
tour de
gitu
force.
mainnya tuh.
We'll eat the Trailblazer
Jangan
for now.
ditembakin
Backs off.
doginya.
It's a 3-stack on the other side. RQ still trying to force
Di
the issue.
absen.
They're trying to pick up the
Tiga.
pace, but it all absolutely
Empat,
gets halted
dites lagi,
by
Dogi.
just Meteor crashing into them. Crazy
Double
Guy
pick. Swing
has
berdua.
to take the angle if he is to retrieve the spike, but now it's a high-low.
Disitin nih, disitin.
Look at the sidestep, the movement
Es.
as well. No chance for any of the RRQ players as they all get
Ngapain, Bang?
deleted.
I mean, Meteor, he might have been missing on the first map, but he doesn't go missing for long usually. That's just an individual play from the man on Garden side.
Melihat
Completely
King
shuts down RRQ's
yang
offense.
lain kalah.
And this is just a failure to trade. 3 players swinging out on him. Not much util behind it. Need to be snappier. You can tell that it's starting to get to RRQ a little bit.
Kungya.
Next attempt. And it's going to be Stingers, Sheriffs.
Kungya.
This time into Hookah. Once again, Meteor will look to greet them, but fully blinded. It's the deck. It's now Munchkin. Oh, and Buzz, and they're just going at it at the firing range.
Way
Giliran
too easy.
Steve
Buzz
Steve.
tapping away there. He's
Kepala
already
beliau
quick
maju
on
ke
the flank.
depan
Only
dia.
2 players left up for RRQ, and Jebka drops the spike in market. Sparrow.
Di mana-mana ya RRQ kalah, guys. Kenapa nih, Feb? Play.
Pretty clutch. Close range there.
Pak Ape, tolong Pak Ape. Pak Ape, tolong Pak Ape.
That's going to bait the rotation back towards the A side of the map, but Xfero's actually read this quite well so far.
Pak Ape, tolong Pak Ape.
In the back pocket. So if he gets himself into an afterplant with the pit down, there's maybe some potential there. Does have a snake bite as well, which can melt
Tolol
somebody inside
banget
of a
aja
pit.
5-2. Jadi tolol.
You would have to run over quick. There are potential rifles to pick up over in Hookah as well.
Serius mau
2
nge-clutch
guiding
nih.
lights and a seekers for stacks, so that can really help with kind of the process of elimination. The Vandal is
Apakah
not what you were looking
idola
for,
Bang
though, especially
Bacin
if you throw the
aku
pit down
bisa
here.
nge-clutch?
You're not going to have the advantage
Kita
of
lihat.
the
Kenapa
traces
aku?
Lah,
not being
David
shown.
namanya, Cok.
Either way, he's going to try.
Aduh jadi dikit sekarang
down.
ultinya anjing.
And maybe to play around angles into halls. No.
Tapi dia ada ulti
Just
loh.
play it safe.
Stuck.
The Seeker, though. And that
Ada
might
flash.
be his undoing. Flash supporting as well. He's trying to dodge it, but okay. Instantly hit by relay bolt. More bullets.
Gokil.
Very hard
All in,
retake to be
dia all
converting,
in,
like
dia
a
all in.
clutch even with the pit down there. I
Dah
mean, you
Kursi
get the
Gaming
seekers that helps you
banget
just
nggak
aim all of
namatin
your util,
game
and
buat
then you just
apa
dump
wo
guiding
lah.
light, relay bolt on his head, and there's not much Xfera can do there.
Nggak tahu ya game apa ya, Pep. Sumpah, Pep.
But T1 are just making 0 mistakes right now.
Pragmata.
Even Meteor
Pragmata.
going down inside of
Terlalu
Hookah
space
there doesn't
space
really
apa
matter
tuh,
when
Mas?
you have
Apa namanya tuh?
2-3
Terlalu
players still on this big side of the
space-spacean.
map ready to deal with things, and
Aku
Izu's got
sukanya
a quick
Apocalypse.
info line on the chamber.
Pria Bogor again and again. Again and again pria Bogor itu. Dia kalau soal personal sama RRQ Valo dia marah-marah, guys. Hati-hati kalian, guys. Dimakan kalian. Coba game David yang ditamatin.
But we'll move on.
Kehidupan.
With guns coming
Belum
back
sekul
in.
nama
Jeb
teman.
gets
Mati dong kalau lu mau tamatin. Gimana sih?
Again. Over towards that bathroom line.
Nice,
Stacks
Xfero.
goes down. This is the break.
Udah, itu udah main
that
pusi aja,
RRQ
main
have had
pusi.
very few of so far in this game. Munchkin looking to take any hope away from them. Those
Dar.
streaks out of the smoke. Into the other side of the map. It was a brief moment of reprieve.
Sudah gak dibaca saya,
About
Bang.
5
Ya
seconds
sih.
you were feeling good for
Udah
RRQ.
Sebelah
tinggi dia.
siapa?
Lu lah siapa lagi
Fades away.
anjing.
You're just starting to feel good. You managed
Lu
to
lah,
throw
siapa
one
lagi,
punch
anjir?
back.
Datengin aja
But
GH-nya
suddenly
ntar
they come
bang,
again
makan
to,
apa bang?
get back
Bang
at
lagi
you
apa bang?
with
Si
more.
kontol balasnya langsung cepet ya. Ya iya, gue lagi
No
ngunyah
answer
ya, lagi
once
ngeliat
more,
layar.
but RRQ trying their darndest into A site. It's Trailblazer might have
Lagi
spotted
sebel gue
Izu.
banget anjing.
Buzz, however,
Makan burger.
just continues to try and
Ya
throw
Allah,
this
ngecek
kan.
sampingnya
way
dong.
off. He got hit by Relay and still finds the flick. And back in he slides and slides. Jemkin
Audiensnya nggak usah bawa
Belum.
kontol
Never
Korea
seen
Korea
Jemkin
anjing, diem
down
aja
it
Korea.
like
Apa ya gamenya dulu?
Lu di bom sama
Another
Korea
rough
Utara
game
juga
for
diem
sure.
lu, Korea
Waylay on the
Selatan.
attacking side can be
Parah guys, parah.
a tough
Cari guys, bacain guys.
proposition. In fact, Buzz has been a player that's had
Tandain
some
aja orang
pretty
Korea,
rough games
kontol.
starting out on the attacking side with exactly that agent, but no issues on the Neon at all.
Sebelah fokus makan
What
anjir.
a flick onto Monyet there.
Betul, gue lagi
I think a
ngunyah.
second before he gets hit by that
Anjir.
relay bolt.
Gak bisa di-ban aja tuh Neon anjir, jago banget
Neon
Neonnya aja, Cok.
Cleans up Jemkin for good measure. RRQ back on Aniko again in
Neonnya
round
Bion
10.
juga jago tuh.
Tapi kan dia VCT nih anjir dia. Bisa sampai segitunya tuh. Dia pede banget tahu. Tembakannya biar lurus gitu anjir. Duel and Mac. Ini udah gak bisa dikalahin guys. Susah dikalahin ini. Lagi kena semua. Game RE kapan dia
Main lagi
main?
kapan RRQ? Minggu depan ya. Ah,
T1, it's easy. They can do no wrong.
Gak tau guys.
They're really good at the moment. They're in fantastic form.
That's absolutely right. Form.
Aduh hai.
And also
Lu
very
kapan
much
kembali, Wo?
likely to potentially carry this forward into playoffs. In position up towards B long, but okay. Pushy. Tries to buy the rotations over for his team onto B site. T1 starting to bite.
Ambil lah spike-nya. Spike lagi nih.
Easy spotted out, creeping out towards the
Senjatanya.
other side of the map though. RRQ and Crazy Guy, as well as Jemkin.
TP.
Buzz in
Ketahuan.
that pivot position in from bathroom side, just not someone that you could deal with.
Not right now. Couple shots fired
Alamak.
off into the smoke as well. Crazy Guy
Alamak.
trying to play around it.
Alamak.
Bank onto his,
Alamak. Alala nih.
tosses it a little bit early as well. Just Jemkin into the off angle with a judge. We'll see if he's able to play up more. but
Open up the sky.
T1, they're toying with their food now. They're hopping all over the spike, baiting out the peaks and reactions. Crazy Guy will be the first to fall, and just Jemkin
gak dapet.
flying wildly across your screen, but ultimately to no
Please
effect.
balikin King Wen Raja Gaming tamat
It's been a
semua game.
dominant first 10
Dia lagi
rounds of
kerja,
poin
guys.
here. A singular gun round for RRQ.
Lagi
and
ngerjain
Pistol, and that's
tim
it.
kontol ini nih.
Dear God. T1
Jago
are just
banget,
on
guys.
another level right now. Can't even blame, you know, Xfero or Monyet. for
Wah,
trying to
anjir.
make some
Aimbot,
plays.
guys, aimbot.
Monyet
Jago
a
banget
little
tuh.
bit more coordinated than the Viper lurk through the wall.
Nice.
The individuals are just trying to
Nice,
get something
nice.
going on the side
Aci
of
dan King Web
RRQ.
pun tak dapat giveaway membership David. Lah nggak tahu, Cok. Tanya
Again,
YouTube.
I think the same as
Again.
what we
Tolol,
saw overall
anjing,
Pearl,
tim
both
tolol,
of the
anjing,
timeouts used
kontol.
by RRQ
Siapa
in the
tim
first
kontol?
half.
RRQ anjing
Feels like
Valorant
it was
goblok.
really necessary as well.
Kalau bolehnya?
It's panic stations from the coaching
Ah,
staff.
gua nggak
No
ikut-ikutan
doubt
kalau
about
boleh
it.
nggak peduli.
Would love to.
Bisnya kita nonton.
Kalau mau lema beras
about
doang
what they're
anjing.
saying.
Bisnya boleh.
He also
Mending gua
got
nonton
think
Delta
forward
Force jam
towards the
7
second half,
anjing.
the defensive side for RRQ. Perhaps then
Mending
Jemkin
nonton
might
Delta.
RRQ Delta Force lebih
It's
jago
really hard,
anjing.
like in
Gak
these
pernah kalah
positions
di
where,
Asia.
you know, all momentum has been taken away from you. The win's completely gone from your sails as a coach. You need to kind of rely on the fundamentals a little
Apa
bit and
tadinya?
come up with some rounds because nothing is really
Bahasa
working.
Inggris tolong.
You know, you can try to
Asia
pump the
bukan
boys
cuma
up as
Korea,
much as
babi.
you possibly
Belajar
want
bahasa
to,
Inggris,
but
goblok.
when, you know, things are feeling
Sama
a
Kayak
little bit
hangul,
quiet or
hangul
people
tolol
are
Korea
a little bit
Kok
anjing.
Bang kamu
How
udah
the
saya
game
bilang
is
nggak kayak
going.
gitu posisi
Really,
badannya
you
gini.
just need a round
Gini
win.
posisi
You
badanku.
really need a good call to win a round and start to restore a little bit of belief.
Itu.
Belajar bahasa Inggris Korea.
So we'll see what they can come up with. Hit goes down on
Gitu posisi
short.
badanku.
And these are the small little snags that if you're not considering them or you have a certain kind of game plan when you go
Tolol
into
gue
the
mainnya, Cok.
timeout
Malas
itself,
aku nontonnya tadi.
now everything that you talked about is a little bit more of a moot point, and this is where Crazy Guy will once again have to mid-round you out of a tough situation.
Ngawur banget Bas Bacin nih.
To find at least a bit of a morale boost towards the end of the first half. That is some hope.
Tidak menerima kekalahan dan mau kemenangan. Apa yang perlu diperbaiki nih Bang Macin kalau RRQ ini?
Yang perlu diperbaiki, ganti semua roster anjing.
They will.
Ganti semua roster.
Quick reaction with the orbital as well from Munchkin.
Yeah, they're going to turn tail, head back towards Xpharaoh, who's making his way over towards Hookah. You've still got garden control as Izu inside of the pit. Meteor and Buzz have taken all of that space, and I think Buzz is going to get on for a quick flank here.
Especially if he hears the footsteps as well.
This
back it around. It's Jemkin to try to keep his eye on the
Dah,
mati.
around. Oh, Buzz might have seen.
Dapat lagi.
Izu finds first contact and greets RRQ with a lovely "How do you do?" Buzz calls it to his team. He knows he has their
Main
back.
sendiri
But
semuanya.
it might
Main
not
sendiri.
even matter with the off angle being held. Izu!
Bobarin aja energi Valorant kontol. Kasih jatahnya ke boom anjing.
That's a death sentence. Post timeout, you aren't able to deal with the pit, and T1 completely outplays you. Izu gets the opening pick on Melihat for the second or third time this half. You lose your neon entry. Buzz is quick on the flank. You've got a fully stacked B site. Reactive utility deployed before they can even get out of hookah or garden. There's a molly
Jovi gawe Jovi Amerika gimana sih Jovi?
Potentially be news later on there.
Apa sih Clay?
Last round of the half for RRQ. Izu once again on the line.
And he hears a lot. And he's looking for Melihat as well. It doesn't even matter because Buzz start around a corner. You've got Rendezvous being popped as well, but Melihat onto overdrive. Trying to do his best. Spots out the target, but gunned down by the operator in play. Xpharaoh's turn as he heads on for the exchange. Spins back on a dime. And might just have found RRQ's footing.
TP back towards the other side of the side. Xpharaoh still in play here as the guiding light goes up over the top. He slips into Munchkin's smoke. In the meantime, RRQ have got all of this space on B. Plant goes down for Cushy.
And Crazy Guy to support.
Kenapa nggak kasih Crazy Guy ya? Dapat
Quick
ulti ya.
activation from Izu, however, it's toward the force.
Chill dog, Bang,
He's looking to
muted.
put down fields. Slow moments.
10.000 1 menit.
Crazy Guy backs himself into an off angle around elbow, just trying to watch for the spike. Xpharaoh's still across the map though, so if everything goes south on B, things could be devastating. Teleporter being put in now, and it's Izu who marks the angle. Shot confirmed. Just Xpharaoh left. He marches up long and spots his target. Hostile down. We've got 3-9, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, Xpharaoh has just won them that
Okay,
round outright.
It
was only 3 kills, but every single one of them, so much impact. It's a round where RRQ is just down and out. Melihat at least gets one before he gets cleaned up on the backside of the site, but Xpharaoh from triple, 2 kills, able to stay alive. The pivot across back from RRQ. You could tell the pressure's getting
Lu kata main ranked anjing 93 comeback.
Lah comeback cok.
But instead it's Cushy to plant for nothing. And then Crazy Guy feels the need
Sumpah
to push and
RRQ
get
comeback gue
punished.
beli bandelnya
Almost
anjing.
around that
Menang
RRQ
2-1 gue beli
could have
bandelnya.
lost for themselves,
Beli
but
bandelnya.
Xpharaoh, a player that even if the
Sumpah gue beli
odds are
bandelnya,
completely
tahun lalu kan
stacked
gue udah beli,
against him,
tahun
no
ini gue
matter
beli
how
lagi.
many rounds you are down, he's so experienced, he never feels the pressure in those clutch moments.
It's always that fine line you're trying to tow around between
Sekelas per second kalau main RRQ juga gak ngangkat di tim. Sekelas per
nice
second.
little middle zone.
Kalau per second di RRQ ngangkat.
Nah,
Safe to say, composure was definitely lost for majority of this
Davidnya
first half.
oke.
oh oke aku oke cok.
Bukan David lu anjing, Xpharaoh oke, Jemkin.
14-3 from Buzz is just another outstanding performance. I mean,
Flexnya
this is
jangan monyet.
feeling like he's gone back to like his
Monyet kan
like DRX
smoker
days or
aslinya sama
elite
kayak
kind of
David,
tier performance in
Xpharaoh.
terms of being a duelist inside of Pacific. I feel like in this particular like T1 quote-unquote super team, there's been periods where he's just been average or not great.
Bahasa Inggris
Especially
goblok.
during the Waylay meta, like he's
Siapa
not
bahasa Inggris?
really been the primary fragger
Orang
of the
Korea
team. He's been
yang
more
bisa
sort of
bahasa
a
Inggris tuh
role player,
jarang
but on the
anjing,
Neon,
tolol
especially
anjing.
when he's piloting
Ngatain
it,
Indonesia
as a
doang
solo
anjing, ngatain
duelist.
Indonesia goblok gak bisa
This
bahasa
guy is
Inggris.
just putting
Ngaca
up
anjing, bisa
ridiculous
hangul doang,
numbers.
hangul.
Hangul lah
Hangul
warnanya.
aja sejarahnya dari hangul tuh bahasa Korea.
I mean, he's part of the
Hangul aja aslinya dari Cina anjing.
big reasons why T1 has been
Jinjing dan
finding these thrifty.
Itu Korea Selatan juga dibawa sama Korea Utara, abis tuh Korea
Now to the
Selatan.
attack.
Menang boyband doang anjing, sama Faker.
Launch
Sama Sinteyong.
themselves over
Sinteyong.
the drawn out
Masih lo dimasin Neong.
Kalau Son Heung-min kan atlet badminton kalau kata si Justin itu.
Oke. Bumbu comeback nih. Kenapa pakai kelasnya footballis anjir? Kenapa pakai kelasnya T1?
Maybe waiting for Izu to try to find a pick on this A side of the map before they commit to B.
Masih.
Definitely trying to slice the pie for now. Xfero still jiggling. Will confirm. Has Snakebite to try and delay and stall as much as possible. Oh, saturate as well.
Cepet banget.
Yeah, a lot of util used there. Now T1 creeping outside of Hookah, spotted by Melihat.
Now you got less util for the retake. Oh, T1 is happy with this result.
Everywhere they go, they're getting pushed away by utility, but look, they could still make their way into this A side. Deep smoke on spawn side has created some space for them.
Just push a little bit deeper through, especially supported by the flash. Now it's Buzz. Close range. Jemkin, does he have it? Finds the first. And that could be enough, but suddenly it stacks. Munchkin, Izu! Melihat just goes wildly bee-hopping across outside of paths, and Cushy trying to find the trades necessary, but Munchkin never bothered, unbent, unbowed, unbroken.
And that's the first pistol that T1 wins this series. That's the crazy part about it. Okay, they were 4v5, completely out-rotated.
Coba bakar.
I mean, Jemkin makes that a 5-on-3.
Pape versi ngerti palo.
From Munchkin. That smoke's
Itu
got a
bangsat.
massive gap
Pape
in it.
versi ngerti palo lagi anjing.
Nothing matters, man.
Tolol banget ngapain
2,000
sih?
kills for Izu.
Oh, what a map, what a game, what a series to be achieving that
What
career
a game,
milestone.
what a
But
game, what a series.
still now it's going to be an attempt from RRQ, the Force, Stingers, Bandits and Sheriffs.
Xfero on the line here. Has no escape plan. It really is just deliver headshots or you are dead.
Okay, the first one's good.
Wah, Said lagi.
Not a better second. It's going to be Munchkin.
Ih lagi,
Guardian.
pinter banget.
Healed back up by Stacks. Trailblazer through the middle of the map allows Melihat to get a little bit closer on the flank. And does deal with the trademark to make T1 concerned that RRQ could be pushing down the middle of the map. Izu's going to go back and re-clear all of that space as the smokes come into the A site and the Trailblazer will clear out all of these close angles.
It's always that.
Haji takut banget ya
push and
RRQ.
pull. But T1
Apa yang
feels
ditakutin?
ahead of that
Apa yang
game right
ditakutin?
now as they stream slowly but surely.
Kok locker
around their
kok?
smokes.
Locker
T1 is very much taking their time here. They know the
ada
ball is dirty.
barista.
Just
Tapi di Bali.
to avoid it.
Tapi di Bali.
Check other corners.
Terus aja absen Crazy Guy anjing Cong gimana sih
And
Cong?
that's more guns being robbed
Di
away
DM
by
gue.
a force that wasn't strong to begin
Oh,
with.
TV Korea gas, TV
Back
Korea
out from the
jadiin.
teleporter, however, and they're trying to go in fast. Melihat with the judge. Relay confirms more kills.
Oh, apakah ini
Now it's down to
Bobo
Stacks
comeback?
and Izu. They've got some position, some angles, but do they have the shot? In for a crouch peek, but suddenly
Wah, kalau
RRQ
ting, ting,
has
ting.
come alive!
Hey, if you're not going to win the pistol, you better win the second round. They have turned the tables back on
Menang dia,
T1.
Bang
It's been
Macin.
happening to them all day long.
Bodo amat lah masih 10-4
Invested a lot
anjing.
of money in the second
Masih
round to
beda
get it
6.
done, but
Di
that
Palu
is
siapa yang
a
takut
very
nge-damage
big
kayak
step in
King
the
Toy?
right
Semuanya
direction.
nih takut nge-damage.
T1 very patient in that round. Catch Crazy Guy unawares, but it's the TP play and Melihat, who I actually believe picks up Buzz's judge from bathrooms there and use it against them.
Nice, boy. Thank you for the judge badge.
Thank you. He's so well mannered. That's what we love about Melihat.
Terima kasih.
Oh man.
Now Buzz back onto the Bucky. Surely.
Tahu ah, kena lagi dia sih.
All potential of things going awry.
Yeah. I mean, getting rid of the Neon with the Bucky is a big boon
Gak
here
sabar nonton
for
RRQ abis ini.
RRQ. It's a big risk factor that you don't have to worry about anymore.
Taunya
The
ini
rest of
3
T1
game
is still
bit.
grouped up towards
Segame
A.
doang nih, nggak
RRQ
mungkin.
doing all the normal sensible things you want to see.
Tapi game terakhir kalah. Tolol soalnya RRQ ini.
Siapa yang tolol?
The relay bolt or the saturator
tolol
on bathroom
Pape.
side.
Cari giginya guys.
That's
Cari
gonna give
giginya.
T1 the site.
Perhaps a bit.
Aduh.
What you can do around the utility for now.
Oke.
Just want to wait for the rotations to come in and play a 5-on-4 here. Snakebite and Molotov don't delay the plant for long enough. There's a trailblazer from the attackers. Do confirm that RRQ are playing a new hall.
Oh, Stacks. Trying to play sneaky around it, will get spotted out. And more reinforcements arrive. Meteor not quite able to find the shot. Jemkin just wants to confirm.
Marah.
More
RRQ marah.
More rounds for RRQ.
It's a slow game from Jemkin, but he's starting to get himself warmed up on the defensive
Pit lawan
side.
Farel aja,
This could
Farel
be
Bramasta
very, very
no, ini
dangerous
tim
for
Farel. Harus comeback
the way they
anjing.
could get
Lawan
going.
T1 mau menang.
Jemkin, an operator, or get him on the front foot with a rifle or something like that. And
Udah suruh lawan
that's where he
Persib
can
aja, lawan
actually
Persib
start
Bandung
fixing
sono
some
anjing.
problems, even if he hasn't been able to do so on the attacking side.
Pek banget gua nontonnya.
First gun round here for T1. We have the bonus from RRQ. Still kind of getting themselves
Anjing, Max Kim
organized
udah guys.
right now. They're going to play both of the duelists towards A. Let's have a listen into RRQ and see how they deal with T1's first gun round.
Kok RRQ doang diliatin, Cok?
Oh, they wanna insert the
Home.
weapon like pistol, I think, guys.
Tim
Takut
Skoms,
ketahuan
ya.
kali tim komsnya kalau Korea kan gitu. Korea kepepek.
Yeah, Jemkin's got that bathroom line and he's got Melihat to hold short for him. So he's feeling very comfortable over on that A side of the map for the time being. Rest of RRQ looking for information on B. T1 playing this attacking side very slow for the time being, but 3 players spotted out by the dog is a big tell.
Pretty good information being retrieved, but feels as though T1 has also just shifted down a gear intentionally.
Love to see Jemkin push up to you see 3 players on the B side of the map. Just getting an even deeper info line. Needs to be careful about the TP later on, but given the fact that the sky smoke is there and RRQ, oh, that is cheeky from Meteor. Hold on, he's dodged that sky flash very nicely.
Yeah, this is where things could go bad. Bushy trying to reposition around it. T1 always set their sights back into B site. Fast lane and orbital quickly deployed. Buzz finds first
Xfero!
Xfero, not
okay
too
lah.
bad, but still needed a little bit more. Buzz relentless with how he's tearing up the site. Just Melihat who tries to get a couple of pot shots through the smoke, but not quite
Jemkin
finding
pakai
too
OP
much.
lagi anjing.
Yeah, Jemkin closing in on the flank here with the operator, but Melihat's got to do the lion's share of the work from spawn side. T1 know exactly where he is, and there's a disgusting off angle there. Dealt with by the fast lane.
Just to try to bait and confirm more positioning, or at least to keep players in, but no, a sudden high-low. And Jemkin does not have the shot.
Never had an opportunity to get into the round. I mean, to be fair, his job was done really in that round. He got that bathrooms info line and held it well. And that's where you need to see RRQ with a 3-stack on B be able to hold the site, and they just weren't able to do so. T1 spacing and trading a little bit too clean as they go up to 11. These are 2 teams that were contesting a spot at an international. T1 made it there. RRQ didn't off the back of kickoff, but that's the kind of statement that would make you think that this matchup should be close, and the same thing as the middle bracket final in kickoff, it just hasn't been.
We're not seeing it. I mean, what was this round with, you know, Meteor dodging the flashes, everyone from T1 marching up towards Hookah?
Match point nih.
T1's is playing a slow attacking side, and it feels like they are kind of taking the approach of, if we get our execute off, we're just going to win the round. As long as we don't lose a pick moving through the map, then this game is ours. And that is exactly what's been happening. B-long control secured by T1 early on. Trademark confirms that there is at least 1 player in Hookah.
Stacksnya ada
The push
ulti.
from Izu.
Meanwhile for RRQ, it's to hedge their bets on these B setup. Jemkin on an op, the double stack inside of Hookah. If that disrupts T1's first pick.
T1 again just trusting the execute with RRQ on that A bathrooms info line. They have no incentive to rotate.
I've got your trail.
Just trying to tag on through. Mid-air shot by Jemkin is strong. A second round and collected upon that pushy. Suddenly a big barricade in front of Munchkin, and he's not able to really set foot across this passing. Maybe just slightly into elbow? No, not even. Jemkin turned online.
Yeah, big 3K on the operator. He was looking sharp with the Outlaws, slowly starting to work his way into this game on the defensive side. Jemkin starts to get fired up here. That could cause some serious problems for T1. He's not even necessarily going on the front foot too much. That was very passive positioning in the backside of the side, just hitting every shot that was necessary. Shaky stuff inside of Hookah.
Nice, guys.
From
Nice.
Xfero, but it's a good thing he had some backup.
Udah lemes gua nontonnya.
Belum jauh. 19 comeback nih.
Kepala bapak kawan.
Swap around their positioning for now. Jenkins this time. It's
Gak kena
Babs
lagi.
will spot out the first, but that's initiative now taken by T1.
They speed up off the back of that. Bathroom's all given over towards Izu. This now gets him access to the tour de force, and that
Monyet
is
kalau
what
mati sih anjing ya.
allows T1 to feel comfortable slowing this round down.
Oh,
Meteor on
nice
the
banget
active work.
Jemkin.
Dealt with by Jemkin. First shot of the round missed, but he won't make the same mistake twice.
Not seeing or feeling too much else around A. It's going to be Cushy who jiggles
Meteor
back
mati
and
tuh.
forth around long for information. The Trailblazers should confirm.
And his Trailblazers have been so good. Like, he's honestly just been dogging in the mid-round and finding exactly where T1 are. And given that they're kind of death-balling or 4-1ing every round, it's basically the best information you could possibly get from your Enit as RRQ.
Definitely incentivizes Xfero to
Duar.
a reposition.
Mati.
Still worried about Hookah, of course, though, but now the Seekers come in.
Izu just going fishing. Trying to find anything he possibly can with the tour de force. Wall is still up and Xfero not peeking, then just not giving him anything right now.
30 seconds left.
Trying to play around the fast lane, perhaps, but look at RRQ
Wow.
just setting up a blender outside of this.
Yang ada duit, lawan yang ada duit.
Slowly but surely starting to come back into the game.
What a behold!
Apakah comeback
Even
ini
the tour
game
de
chat?
force secured there from T1.
Jemkin kan tolong.
Have the impact
Apakah
that they were
comeback
looking
ini
for.
game chat? We never
Let's
know.
say this is going to be a timeout now.
We never know.
Looks like it, unless...
But too easy. Started off well by Jemkin, and it's a nice hold inside of the site. I mean, this previously was a site that T1 breached fairly easily with the weapons, but without as much punching power. And losing Meteor on the other side of the map, it's a very easy hold for RRQ.
Timeout aja tuh.
As expected. Time for a T1 timeout. The first that they needed to take in this game so far. Have done a pretty mediocre job of keeping the information game honest. I think they just, as I said before, just trust their executes a lot of the time. They don't really care if RRQ knows that Bathrooms is clear. That's where you need to see T1 kind of do what they do best.
Ada ulti lagi si Basnya anjing.
Bas
Somebody needs to
sekarang.
get into an annoying position. You'd love to see them with an insert towards U-Haul or something like that. Or
Oi,
someone
udah
off
mulai nih.
inside a hookah because
Sabar Jan,
it feels
ya
like in a
bro.
lot of these rounds, either the
Kepepet,
Trailblazer,
9
even Crazy Guy, I think it was just jiggling
Tim
past Reese, is
tolol.
getting the information that RRQ needs to make sure that they're stacked on the correct side of the map.
I should think T1 are capable of such plays,
You know what to do.
despite us not seeing it so far in the second half. But at the same time, very clearly, a big problem in the rounds would be Jemkin on and off.
I mean, if they drop off Izu here, that's exactly what I want to see from them. Out comes the pit over towards B Long, and exactly that. I mean, this is just dropping the chamber off on the lurk to control the information and look for picks on RRQ's rotation. Now you're going to see pressure back on that A side of the map.
Yeah, first step of the puzzle. Izu, whoa, trying to get himself safely into position.
Oh, he's definitely spotted here. And this is a very cheeky off angle from Monyet. Trailblazer.
Monyet
What
kontol!
information on the A side of the
Coba
map.
monyet.
And that's exactly what you wanted to see from T1. What a beautiful hookah drop off.
Mati Crazy Guy.
Despicable. Now off towards A site. RRQ are prepared, not seeing too much else. They knew that it was just the chamber. Jemkin
Just a chamber.
needing to come up huge for T1 as well, for RRQ as well, but suddenly, okay, Crazy Guy
Apakah.
will start to step up to bat.
Once again, the brunt of the push is being dealt with extremely easily by RRQ. Even if they find a kill on the lurk, the defense is just putting up a wall. T1 cannot break through.
Throw as many bodies as you want against the shield. As long
Ya
as it
Allah.
is intact, RQ should be having these rounds any day of the week. Xfero
Mati
slowly
Xfero.
back
Oh,
out for
no.
market, but T1 slowing things down
10
again.
seconds left.
Just another step further. 5 seconds to go, and they're still thinking about getting the spike down, but it's orbital forced out of RQ's hands. Won the round, but in terms of the long game, still got to think about that. Stacks continuing to build up towards Seekers.
Yeah, T1 keeping things dangerous. Meteor was finding a few chinks in the armor there. Made you nervous for RRQ. A crazy guy, another excellent hold on the Brimstone. The multi-frag giving him the orbital. That's such a dirty off angle from Melihat, but T1 just read him like a book. Sorry, Izu rather read him like a book.
Yeah, his POV. But, either way, forcing out the orbital.
Gonna be a big fight over A short here. T1 just looking to simplify the approach.
Sudden rush over onto A site. Is RRQ prepared?
Is
It's gonna
RRQ
force out so
prepared?
much utility from them. And meanwhile, not too many rotations just yet.
Yeah,
What's the call?
Buzz has got U-Haul controlling. It's going to be hard to dig out now the orbital's being used. T1
Whoa.
losing Buzz once again here. Jemkin getting active with the operator.
Not too shabby. He's gonna reposition off refract, but suddenly Munchkin very alert to worry about bats. Izu coming in from the back. More op shots being fired off straight through into the pit. Izu! He's getting... He's letting Kushi slip. And now he's got every single target lined up, but he goes down! RRQ still in this fight. The storm in them surging forward as they look to hunt down bit by bit. It's RRQ up to a 9th.
Jemkin again finds an opener on an angle you would never be expecting. Like, Buzz gets in U-Haul there with the judge, and I'm just thinking like, okay, your job's done, mate. Just sit there the rest of the round. You don't need to do too much. But diving into backside gets him killed, puts T1 at a disadvantage.
Ganteng, gimana sih si Ganteng?
Post plan. I guess he popped the overdrive and tried to go aggressive on spawn side, but it just feels a little bit forced and unnecessary. T1 feeling like they're getting a little bit desperate. Haven't been able to fight any of these attacking rounds, and oh my god, this could be a vintage RRQ comeback.
One that quite often. It's very possible as T1 are back to 4-1 split that we've always been observing.
Meteor on the lurk, looking to have some impact. Trailblazer and Guarding Light exchange over on long. Buzz has made his way quickly in towards Hookah, but with only a shotgun, he's going to need to close the distance.
Otherwise, though,
Nice, Kushi!
Encouraged to play in forward position.
Wow, that is such a sick adjustment from RRQ. If you go back and look at the replay there, Stack's guiding lights up over the site, because RRQ have played a passive setup on B this entire half, and this time they double up Garden, and T1 completely overlooks it.
Wouldn't have expected it, but that's what confidence can do for you.
The confidence to buy yourself a hero vandal. But when the rest of the team dies, you can't find anybody. Just feels like you're playing Blue's Clues at that point.
Need your handy dandy
30
notebook.
seconds left.
Not going to be able to find much, though. I don't think there are too many clues they can spot out, especially crazy guys just holding perfect crosshair placement.
I think we might need the notebook at this point.
Tim anjing, iya sumpah tim anjing, capek gue juga nontonnya.
And nothing is going the way of
Drop, apa ini,
This
drop?
scoreline is getting concerningly close.
Ada orang niat banget ya mau bikin akun buat Pak Ape ini Andrian Paulin.
Again, like you hear the guiding light explode behind them up into the site with Buzz trying to dive in with the Bucky. Just weren't able to read the setup.
Taris,